I wrote a poem like last year, and I never do poems, so I'm gonna do a poem over some guitar chords. The meaning of this life can change. It's just how you observe it. Like you can't stop a wave, but you can learn to surf it, so it's all down to interpretation. Remember, one man changed the laws of physics with a 3-letter equation, and so I take this principle and I apply that to life. For every moment's an opportunity dressed in a different disguise. To be aware of our potential, that is to open our eyes. The only force that works against us is the ticking of time, but I accept mine. I stare death in the face, I take hold of his bony fingers, I hold death and embrace, for to accept death is to be free from fear, and we can fill the gap with love and time just seems to disappear. For what is the use working a 9-to-5 job trying to build some sort of status for ourselves before our time is up, if when we get there we feel the same as we did from the start? Material wealth will never quench a thirsty heart. We spend so much time searching for the meaning of our existence that sometimes we forget to just exist through sheer persistence. Buddhist monks will spend years in deep meditation, and saints will contemplate God and all of his creations. Scientists will try to summarise with an equation. Consumerists will try to buy the ticket to salvation. Well, this is my theory, This is my school of thought. The meaning of life is much easier than once thought. You wanna know what it is? Yeah? Well, my theory is the meaning of life, it is to simply live. And if I am wrong, then Lord please forgive, but it seems so simple, it's obvious, it makes me want to shout out that the meaning of life is this second, this moment, right here, right now. So I'm gonna start a 4-day bone broth fast, which sounds pretty horrible. Like bone broth sounds like something that a troll would have. Nice vat of bones. So I'm gonna do that for 4 days. The theory behind it is that it's gonna heal my stomach, which is screwed because I react to loads of foods with ME. Very extreme. I'm going to be drinking nothing but watery bones for the next 4 days, so I could start feeling. Watery bone sounds horrible. I'm probably start feeling pretty bad. It's not great because like I'm not hugely fat, as you can see by these very skinny legs. Don't have very much weight to lose, man, after this illness. But meh, gotta get better. Day 1. So I kind of found a chicken in my fridge that would have gone off if I started the challenge, fast, whatever, today. So I'm going to start it tomorrow. Guten Morgen, guten Morgen, bonjour, hello. I've got my bag of bones. That's what you call an old person, isn't it? A bag of bones. Yeah, so I've got my bones, and this is day 1, and not eat a whole chicken in one sitting day 1, which rhymed. This is proper, genuine day 1. Got lots, so enough to last me probably about 3 days. You could say that I've stocked up, because bones make stock. Thanks. Cheers. Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Good morning. It's morning number 2. And I have seemed to have developed like what looks like a third nipple. Some sort of weird rash with a spot in the middle. Lovely. So the side effects are nipples. Be doing this. Maybe I should explain why I'm doing this. Like, when I got ME, I started reacting to loads of foods like cake, chips, like so many, all the good foods basically. I can't eat them because it makes me feel like I want to sleep for about like 20 days.
or like it just makes me very depressed. I feel like I've been hit by a truck and I just have to go to bed, which sucks. So this is meant to reset my digestive system by completely giving it a break and allowing it to. So it may not help me, but it may. So we'll see. Day 2. Yeah. So it's morning 3. I'm feeling pretty dizzy today. I went in the shower. Felt a little bit like I wanted to pass out, but I'm okay. One other thing is I'm pretty bloody sick of bone broth. Like, this is probably like my 20th or 30th cup. And it doesn't taste nicer with every cup, really. I could be like the poster boy for bone broth. Hey, look, my belly button's out. Woohoo! So yeah, like, I woke up in a bit of a bad mood, and last night I went to bed in a bit of a bad mood as well. Like, I think that may be to do with like my blood sugar levels dipping a bit. And one other thing that I didn't take into account was I've got to go and get my blood taken today because of like they're just checking various things with my ME and stuff. And I haven't eaten, like, it's Wednesday and I haven't eaten anything since Saturday, and I don't know if that means that I'm gonna walk out like feeling like a bloody zombie, like need glucose. I'm gonna be like, I don't know, like licking pavements, just hoping that somebody accidentally drops some sugar on the floor to get a sugar fix. Why would I do that when there's sugar in the house? Yeah, so I'm taking a few vials of blood. I don't know if that's a good idea with how dizzy I already am, but there's only one way to find out, really. If I die, I love you all a lot. Hunger has officially set in. I did the stupidest thing that somebody on a fast should do, which is reading a cookbook of all these ingredients, and I was like, apple pie. Oh, you dirty apple pie. It was just so, it was like explicit. Oh, so I'm hungry. Day 3. I got my blood taken. I got a wickle pop on my arm. But yeah, no, I don't feel too bad. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna pass out or anything. It was actually fine. And another thing that I did as well, which was stupid, this genuinely happened to this t-shirt, which is, I like this t-shirt, it's nice. I was cooking food, and then I turned round, like I was cooking, not food, bone broth, and I turned round to talk to my friend Luke. I don't know why I had to turn around then, like, as if you don't know what turning round is. So I had to turn around to talk to my friend Luke, and basically, bone broth on the stove, caught on fire. I was like, I can smell something burning, and then I realised that it was me that was burning. But I'm not 3rd degree burnt or anything. Anyway, the end of day 3. Adios, amigos. Good morning. It's day 4, morning number 4. I feel like calmer in myself, and if you'll go back to the first videos, because I was just watching over, I've noticed my face has sort of cleared up as well. Like, I had a bit of puffiness in my eyes and stuff, which is gone for the first time in a long time. My mind's not racing and jumping like it normally does. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, like, watching these videos, but I'm normally like jumping from thing to thing. I'll be eating my first meal today. Like, this is the end of stage 1, and after this I'm moving on to soups for about a week. And I'm going to have my first soup, because at 4 o'clock it'll be officially 96 hours since I've eaten anything at all. So I get to have, it's not that exciting to a normal person, but for me, like, I get to eat chicken in a soup, like with courgettes and leeks, and like, man, when you haven't eaten for like 4 days, like, it sounds pretty good. So I'm excited about that. We'll do this thing where we go, woo, and then it will shoot forward to the future in like, it's 8 now and it'll shoot forward to 4 o'clock. Future. On the first day of Soupmas, my soup love gave to me one soupy soup. Soup. I decided to save the first mouthful for this video. It's the first thing I've eaten in 4 days. It's just like, I'm not gonna say I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I cooked it myself. It's like leek and courgette soup, all organic vegetables. And I chose a really little spoon so that it lasts really long. Cheers. Solid food. It's good food. So yeah, it's the end of day 4. It's day 6 and I'm at my nan's, which is why I've got these lovely curtains. Today is the first bad day that I've had all week since I started this video. I guess it was sort of like quite naive of me to think that it would just be plain sailing and I wouldn't feel like crap. It's just a bit disheartening because it's a new protocol, and what happens, for anybody that doesn't know, like when you wake up and it's a bad day or a good day, you'll hear a lot of people talk about bad days and good days with things like bipolar and ME, and I wake up and it feels like I haven't slept for about a month, and it feels like I just feel like an overwhelming sense of dread which just lasts all day, and my mind starts sort of shutting down a bit, and like, to tell the truth, I really didn't want to make a video. I really didn't want to make a video because I like the world to see the best part of me. Like when I started making this documentary, I was like, documentary, video diary, whatever, I was like, yeah, you can do this, man, you can just, it'll be fine. But I was in a good frame of mind then, and I'm in a bad frame of mind now, but I promised myself that I was just going to carry on and do it so that people can see. So like days like today, I'll probably just be in bed all day, watching comedies, trying to make myself happy, trying to make myself feel okay and back on track again. Yeah. But yeah, so this is day 6. It's day 7. I haven't left bed since yesterday, apart from to get drinks or to go to the toilet. I promised myself over this whole thing though that I was just going to try and do mind over matter and just stay as positive as possible. So that's what I'm doing. On days like today, it's just like everything feels so like weak and tired, and like everything looks really bright. And the annoying thing is I can't pinpoint it down to something. Like, I suppose it's when I started like adding the soups back in, I started feeling really bad, which doesn't make sense because all I've been eating is courgettes, leeks and chickens and stuff that I wouldn't normally react to anyway. And I don't know, it's weird, it's annoying that I've got to go through this process alone as well, that like there's no doctors. Like for over the past 5 years I've probably done, like, you name it, like I've tried it to try and get better, like acupuncture, like therapy, CBT, graded exercise therapy, rest therapy, like about a million supplements, and and I've always got to I've always pinned so much hope on all these things, and then it's like 5 years, and then you just come back to the point of just feeling, you wake up and your whole body just feels like it wants to shut down. Anyway, this isn't positive thinking, is it? This is just me moaning. So it's day 7, so it's been a week. Part of me just because I've lost half a stone, I weighed myself this morning, so I'm underweight quite a bit. Moaning, stop it. Well, the life is good, and I will get better. Anyway, it's the end of day 7.
There ain't no reason things are this way. It's how they always been and they intend to stay. I can't explain why we live this way. We do it every day. Preachers on the podium speaking of saints, prophets on the sidewalk begging for change, old ladies laughing from the fire escape, cursing my name. I got a basket full of lemons and they all taste the same. A window in a pigeon with a broken wing. You can spend your whole life working for something just to have it taken away. People walk around pushing back their debts, wearing paychecks like necklaces and bracelets, talking about nothing, not thinking about death. Every little heartbeat, every little breath. People walk a tightrope on a razor's edge, carrying their hurt and hatred and weapons. It could be a bomb or a bullet or a pen or a thought or a word or a sentence. There ain't no reason things are this way. It's how they always been and they intend to stay. I don't know why I say the things I say, but I say them anyway. But love will come, set me free. Love will come, set me free. I do believe. Love will come, set me free. I know it will. Love will come, set me free. Yes. Prison walls still standing tall. Some things never change at all. Keep on building prisons, gonna fill them all. Keep on building bombs, gonna drop them all. The wind blows wild and I may move, but politicians lie and I am not fooled. You don't need no razor nor a 3-piece suit to argue the truth. The air on my skin and the world under my toes. Slavery stitched to the fabric of my clothes. Chaos and commotion wherever I go. Love I try to follow. Love will come and set me free. Love will come, set me free. I do believe. Love will come, set me free. I know it will. Love will come, set me free. Yes. There ain't no reason things are this way. It's how they always been and they intend to stay. I can't explain why we live this way. We do it every day.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Ren, and this is week 3. It's the start of week 3. I definitely feel better than I did filming the last video, which was about a week and a half ago. I was in a pretty bad place, but I've been eating the same foods and I feel actually like, I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was, but it was a dip. I haven't left my house really very much still. I'm staying with my mum's. I stayed here for Christmas and New Year's. Like I was going to go home for New Year's, but I thought that, you know, if I was going to rest and recover, then I've got to do this properly. So I gave myself a bit of a break. And yeah, like what's changed? I feel my mind has started to clear up a bit more. And I've started writing music again, which is good. And I started producing a little bit again. It's like my mind started working. I've also read so many books. I started this one, which is Motley Crue. I'm not even a fan of Motley Crue. They're like this metal band, but like the stuff they get up to, mental. I read this, which is Morrissey. He's a bit of a miserable chap, but he's from the Smiths. I like the Smiths, and it was a good book. Other books, I'm reading about 6 books at the same time, but the other ones aren't in arms grabbing reach, but they're good. There's one by Aldous Huxley, who wrote stuff like Brave New World. He was like a big author in the 30s and 40s, and he's a genius. Like, he's like, why did I choose to sit by the window with the curtains? He's a genius, absolute genius. Anyway, things that are relevant. I guess, yeah, I've been eating the soup still. My stomach feels like it's settled a little bit more. My mind's cleared up. I'm still getting phases where my mind just shuts down a little bit, but on the whole, I'd say I was feeling better this week. So yeah, I'll keep you updated with all that stuff. And I think I'm gonna do some videos, sort of like tutorials on how I deal with things like depression and stuff to help people. Because if there's anything that I've learned that can help other people, that's great. So I'll actually think about what I'm going to say. I just hit record this time and had no battle plan. So the things that come out of my mouth, usually in these circumstances, tend to be a lot of rubbish. So, it's going quite well. I'm happier. I guess that's probably more apparent that I'm a bit happier. So we'll just see how it goes, innit? So yeah, this is week 3. I'll do a better video for the next one. That's a bit more informative. But yeah, I'm gonna go and have some soup. Cool. Au revoir. This is week 4. I just wanted to start off. Wait, that's 8. 4. I just wanted to start off by saying thank you to all these new people that have started following me and sending me all these inspirational stories about people who've gotten better or how they've gotten better and the things that work for them. And yeah, like, it's been quite, I didn't really expect this much of a good response, especially in these early stages, and you're probably giving me a lot more than I'm giving you, so like, thank you even more, because having people tell me that even just listening to the things that I'm doing is helping them feel a little bit more hopeful, like, sort of makes me feel a little bit more self-worth, like, as if I'm not just in the dark, just going through all of these things. I don't know, I just loved life. I'd be the first kid on a dance floor dancing like a twat in a club, or yeah, like, I love social life and I love socialising and I love people and I loved having fun. And so when I first came down with ME, it was tough because I'd start going out with my friends, because I didn't really know when I first started getting sick. I didn't know anything about ME, so I'd go out and I'd realise that I just felt really, my mind had just switched off. I wouldn't be the same spontaneous person that I was. I would just be sort of living inside my own head a little bit. Because I didn't know what was going on, I'd just push through and I'd force myself to go out and I'd still be drinking and I'd still be like, what's going on? But the implications of that would be that I'd get home and I'd just feel so terrible. Like, I just feel so drained and so empty after going out that, like, some days I just cry. Like, some days I just, like, turn my shower on and I just curl up into a ball in the shower and just fucking cry for about an hour. And then, so it just sort of carried on going like that. Like, I'd keep forcing myself out until the point where I was like, I'm just not going to go out anymore because it's just not worth it. And then because I was in university when I got sick, and so the people that I was living with, like, I'd noticed that they were still going out and they were still bringing people back, and I was quite envious of it all because I'd gone from this sort of party maniac socialite to just somebody who was a bit of a reclusive loner, and all like, and in my soul, this wasn't who I was, but it was who I had to become, because I haven't smoked, drank any alcohol, done any drugs, anything like that in years, and I don't think I ever will either. Actually, I'm pretty sure I never will, and oh man, it's good. Like, it's because with ME you feel like you're completely out of control with your own mind, and so you wake up having good days and bad days and being out of control. So no part of me ever wants to go back to being out of control. So like taking alcohol, drugs, all that stuff, it puts you out of control. But the happiest I ever am now is when I wake up, it's in a good day and I'm in control of my brain and I can choose what to do. When I was 15 to I was about 19, like I lived in the gym, like completely. Like I just really wanted to like work on one of those bodies that you see on like a Greek statue, you know what I mean? And but it was just great, like setting goals for myself, being able to reach those goals, being able to better those goals. I mean, like it's definitely my second favourite hobby after music. But when I got sick, I started noticing that the more I pushed myself, the worse I felt, and it's almost like opposite to that gym mentality, because the gym mentality is like saying it's like no pain, no gain, whereas with ME it's sort of more like no pain, gain. So it was quite hard to be able to adapt, and I didn't let myself adapt for a long time. Like I knew that it would make me feel like shit, but I was just so like depressed about watching all these years of work that I put into getting a body that I was confident with slowly fading away. I feel like if there is such a thing as destiny or anything like that, like I feel like I was put on this earth to make music, and whether or not I'm successful making the music, I don't even care, because like just the joy that I get from singing and writing music and being around musicians and is undescribable. Like there's no words. Like it's like imagine finding the love of your life and realizing that the love of your life is never going to die, and that they're always going to be there for you, and that no matter what you do, you can always, they're everywhere. And when you want to get away from them, it's easy as that. But they're still always there for you. Around the time that I was getting really sick, it was sort of ironic and a bit of a kick in the face, was also the time that I was meeting up with loads of record labels and doing gigs and having like managers and meeting agents of like people like the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Amy Winehouse, and producing an album, and all these really like my lifelong dreams materializing right in front of me, and just this illness, this like pulling me back away from them all. Like, oh, it was tough, but I like the gym, I just pushed through. So like I'd be in the studio and like I'd excuse myself to go to the bathroom and do something, like I'd throw up blood, and then I'd come back and pretend that nothing had ever happened and just keep on recording the vocals. And I'd do things like I'd be in bed all day, and then I knew I had a gig in the night, so I'd just get up on stage and I'd just pretend that everything was okay and that I was not going through any of this, and I just put out as much energy as I normally did, which again just made me crash. And like it got to the point where I was still performing, but I was breaking down on stage. Like one time I was actually crying mid-song in front of a room, and I think there was quite an important bloke there as well, like some sort of scout who was checking me out to see if I had any potential. And look, I was just on a stage like a blubbering mess, like, because I was just so empty and so drained, and I had to give up. Like the whole of last year, I only did one gig, like for the whole thing. Like I went busking a few times, but I only did one gig, and that's my vitality, man. That's my life source, and it's fucking tough. And this is definitely being a longer video than I've done in the past, so if you've gotten to this stage, thank you for bearing with me. I want everybody who is feeling like crap, even if you're feeling pretty good, just to close your eyes right now. Now close your eyes. Close them. okay? And I want you to imagine yourself 2 years into the future, but I want you to imagine yourself with exactly the sort of life you want and with boundless amounts of energy flowing through you, but get specific with it. So picture yourself in your ideal sort of situation, be it surrounded by your friends or doing the things that you love, or in your dream job or in your dream house, and now magnify all the things that are around you that you love. So have a look at, like, can you see the textures, or really feel everything and feel the emotions that comes with being this confident, happy person, the best version of yourself you can possibly be, and really just live it. So if I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to imagine sitting in a field at summer, I can see all these blades of grass and I can see them so clearly, and I can feel that summer's breeze, and I can see that I'm sitting on a picnic blanket and I've got loads of my mates around, and we're all having a laugh and we're all drinking orange juice, and I can eat chocolate without feeling like crap, and it's brilliant, and I can really properly taste that, and it's a summer sunny day, a few clouds in the sky, and there's a few people kicking a football around. So it's just like, that's just my own. See, look, I'm going off into la la land myself. But if you can find your own just moment that would make you so happy, just try and live that for even just a minute, and then open your eyes and realise that just by doing that you feel a tiny bit lighter. It might be a tiny, tiny fraction, but just that thought process in your mind, even if you didn't feel better, it slightly directed you away from your problems for a second. And I feel like when we're not in our mind living our problems, that's when our bodies can start truly healing. So anyway, thank you very much. It's week number 6, and I'm back in Brighton after 2 months of living with my mum. I thought I'd play the start of a brand new song that I've just finished. It's alright, it's okay, feeling brave, gonna face this day. It's okay, it's alright, no tears will kiss my cheeks tonight. It's all good, and I'm just fine. My words ring out like hollow shells. Just slow down, it takes time, but time moves slow, I know this well. And my heart breaks 1,000 times a day. But for every hope that dies, another one takes its place. Because I have the strength of a mountain, I've got the courage of the deep blue sea, I've got the heart of a lion. The stars burn bright inside of me, and although you test me, my God, I stand so proudly, can't you see? I've got the strength of a mountain, so I'll take all you throw at me. New song. My little gangster coming up. I am going to show you something new in my life. This lovely piece of piano, which my friend Grace found on Gumtree for free. So I've had that since yesterday, and it's just like, it's just so nice, and it's made me a lot happier. I'm going to make another video to make up for the fact that I didn't do one last week, tomorrow maybe, and go about in depth as what's happened in the past 2 weeks and the new things that I'm doing. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hello Facebook, this is my long overdue video. I'm so sorry that it's taken so long to finally get round to it. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks. Over there, my hair's gone. This is the shortest it's been in ages. I just let the barber go wild on it. So this is probably like week 10 maybe, since I first started doing the videos. I had a huge dip, and I'll explain what happened. I'll sort of fill you in the last few weeks. Basically, I got really well. I was doing saunas and the lightning process. I did the lightning process, which a lot of people with ME will have heard about. It's neuro-linguistic programming. And I did that, and I felt great for about 10 days afterwards. And then I caught the flu, and then 3 days into catching the flu, I caught food poisoning, and I just basically, my health sort of plummeted. And even then, when I felt like I recovered, all my ME symptoms returned with a vengeance. And after getting so hopeful and following this stomach healing diet, then to get food poisoning, which is real nasty on your stomach, oh God, I just completely crashed. And depression set in pretty hard because of the fact that I was so psyched to be like, maybe I'm well, maybe I'm better, maybe I can go and live my life now. And I was even phoning people up, and like my old bandmates, like, let's get the band back together, all this stuff. And then it just came back and crashed, and it was really tough to deal with, to come to terms with the fact that it all came back. And I've still been doing the lightning process stuff. I'm going to go and see the practitioner again, Linda, she's amazing, and hopefully try and reboot some of that process. But yeah, it was definitely difficult. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of music, doing production. I'm working on like this album that's completely different to my normal acoustic stuff, that's just like house and drum and bass and I don't know, I don't really know what other genre is. It's almost like a melting pot of lots of different sounds and styles, so I'll be getting that online very soon. And yeah, it's just been good to create. And I saw Charlie, my old bandmate, and I played 2 gigs with him, and unfortunately I was feeling so terrible that I didn't make the most of it, which I was a bit gutted about. But it was really nice seeing him and playing music with him after ages. Like, it really is my vitality and life force, being able to do stuff like that. So despite the fact that I felt so miserable, it was a really good experience being able to play gigs and play with Charlie and some other boys that came down from London. That was really nice. Yeah, so just trying to stay as positive as possible, still getting dips, but that's the way a lot of people with ME will relate, that there's highs and there's lows. But the fact is there's people out there who are well, and they've gotten well, and they're 100% well. And if those people exist, then I can get well, and I'm 100% certain of that. So I'm keeping up everything that I'm doing, like the saunas. I'm doing the saunas still. I'm doing the lightning process, which is lots of positive thinking. I'm doing a diet, and I'm going to get there. Like, even though some days I feel in complete sort of despair about my condition and self-pity because I'm so limited by it and can't do what everyone else is doing, and can't be pursuing my dreams. But when I am able to do that, I'll be even stronger for it, and my drive and determination is going to be up the Richter scale, y'all. So yeah, hope is strong. What else? I want to talk about some things. Find information in brain. What else do I want to talk about? I'm still going to make a video about dealing with depression and stuff like that. Oh, also, a girl got in contact with me who wanted to make a documentary about ME for her university course, so I'm going to be filming some stuff with her next week. She just found me through this website, through the Me versus ME videos, and so that's going to be nice, getting some sort of like professional looking stuff filmed. So I'll get links up to that once that's done. Anything that I can do that is positive, like anything that comes out of this negative situation, which is a positive, is fantastic, and sort of makes it all worthwhile. If I can help some people get better, then me getting sick is worth it. If I can help 3 people get better, then the 5 years that I've been ill, worth it, mate. Hey Facebook, it's week 11. I was going to wait until my mind had cleared up a bit until I did a video, but I remember speaking to somebody and them sort of wanting a more whole picture of it, so I'm going to try and do a video now while my brain is gone. My energy levels have definitely been better. Like, I could definitely sleep now, but my room is a bloody tip, so I'm going to tidy that up, because tomorrow I'm doing some filming for a documentary. This girl got in contact with me. I think I said a little bit briefly on the video last week, and she's doing a documentary mini-doc for her university course, and she just wants me to talk about my experiences with chronic fatigue syndrome. So yeah, they're going to come round to my house, and I'm going to pretend that I'm tidy all the time by tidying it tonight and making it look, mate, this is how this is how it always looks. What are you on about? So yeah, that's going to be good. Just, yeah, basically doing lots of things like that is really giving me strength at the moment. Even on days like today, where I've been pretty I have the tendency to get quite depressed on days where I'm just completely feel like I can't socialise very well, and I can't do tasks that take too much complex thinking, and I don't feel very creative on days like today either. So like, I just don't feel like picking up my guitar or piano. Hang on, I did order this off the internet though, which is a tin kazoo, because I just needed that sound for some tracks I was recording. Like, it's like that pendulum synthy sound can be made with a kazoo. So that's why I've got it. And yeah, so week 11, I'm still keeping up with food. It's my birthday next week. And I'm sort of like being greedy. I'm having 2 birthdays because on the actual day I'm going home to spend with all my boys back in Wales, which is something else I was going to do in New Year's and didn't have the energy to do, but now I'm committing to it. And one of my best mates has just had the son, so I get to see his little baby, which is going to be wicked. And going back to spend birthday with all my boys back home in Wales. I'm from Wales. And then I'm having birthday Mark 2 in Brighton the week afterwards on the Saturday, and like my friends from Brighton and London are going to come and say hello, and we're going to do Brighton things, maybe at the beach or something. But yeah, I mean, I will do a video on a good day. I'm sort of trying to avoid good day and bad day now and just try and merge it into just life, because I feel like waking up and then naming it a bad day sort of almost like dictates how the whole day is going to be. Same with a good day. So I'm just having a day, and it's bloody beautiful. It's actually nice. It's been raining a bit, but I walked outside and it's nice to actually, when you like, compared to like days when you literally just spend all the time in bed, just walking in the rain is a wicked feeling, mate. Just like, yeah, it's nice. I like the rain actually. It might be because I'm from Wales and like we have to like the rain because it rains all the bloody time. So if you don't like it, you can be pretty miserable. Hey Facebook, it's been a while since I made the video and spoke to myself like a crazy person. But today I'm having a slightly better day, and I thought I'd take advantage of that fact and just speak to you about, sort of update everything that's going on. I've had some realisations as well, and I think the biggest realisation I had was that when I started these videos, I had this idea that I was going to get well in 60 days, I was going to prove it, and I was going to help a load of people out. And then when I didn't get better, I felt like I let people down, I felt like I let myself down, and just fell into depression and stuff. But like, in retrospect, looking back at it, I was putting on a huge amount of pressure on myself. So if I'm saying I've got this much time to get better, and then by the end of the time you're going, I'm still not better, I'm worrying about it, and it doesn't work like that. you just have to completely let go and trust without pressure and deadlines, and just sort of be completely present. And I wasn't. I was in the future and I was in the past then. But yeah, I'm sort of learning. I'm learning. It's a journey. It's a teacher, this illness. It's a great teacher. And I also think as well, for everybody who still is in that state, everybody who is ill, they're just in a state of recovery. So feeling bad is just physical manifestations of your body telling you things and trying to teach you things. We sort of get jumbled up in our minds, we make mistakes. So like, we see that feeling bad and then we think about feeling bad and then we want to talk about how bad we feel, and it feeds this endless cycle that just doesn't stop until we decide to go and just take the time to notice and listen to it. And I've been doing that in the past couple of weeks, and it's been really good. Like, I reached sort of a new low about a month and a half ago. Things got really bad. I moved home with my mum again, and there was a time where I was feeling so drained. I going upstairs to the toilet took every ounce of my energy, and I ended up going upstairs, throwing up in the toilet, and then falling asleep on the bathroom floor for about 2 hours, and then waking up just crying because I felt so helpless and so like I'd made so much progress, and then to get back to a state where I was just completely, it felt like out of control, was pretty tough to take. But then I got stuck in that negative cycle and started building this story. Oh, it's 6 years, you're not better yet, you're not. And then it's just a loop that makes you sick and that keeps you trapped. Like, our bodies will only heal if we remember what it was like to be well. And it's easy to forget when you've been sick. It's like 6 years. Well, for months, like 6 months is long enough to forget how to be well, you know. So I'm just trying to remember what it was like. I'm selling my music because I'm broke at the moment, because of the fact that I've been putting quite a lot of money into all these tests and stuff, and there's more coming up and stuff. So I'm selling my music that I've made online. I'll put a link on the bottom of this video, and if you're interested in some of the music that I make and want to buy some, it's cheaper than if you were to actually buy an album for the amount of tracks and stuff you get. If you just wanted to like donate £5, all that is going towards my hospital bills, and it would help me out hugely, and then you get some music as well. So if you want to do that, that would be awesome. And what else? Yeah, I've been making sure I get to bed on time every day. On time. It sounds like I'm a little kid. I've been trying to get to bed like about I say about 9 or 10 every day, just because sleep is so important for recovery. I've been doing sort of mindfulness, meditation, yoga in the mornings to really get myself to a state of calm. That's been helping. Just eating really clean and healthy still. Trying to get some solid structure in my day. So sometimes if I feel really good, I'd spend the whole day playing guitar, or I'd spend the whole day producing music, and then I crash if I do that for a while. So I've been limiting myself in those areas, just to really get myself, you know, a bit more balance, so that day in, day out, I'm doing the same thing, so I can really measure my level of recovery. And you know, although it's been a while, and I'm sure that there'll be more dips and there'll be more peaks, I wholeheartedly believe that I can get better still, even though it's been a year since the first one of these videos that I've made. Like, yeah, I believe. And you should as well. If you've got any doubt in your mind, just put that to the back, because our thoughts create our reality, and I truly believe that. So yeah, anyway, long video. Thank you for watching. It's been ages since I've done a blog, and I just thought I'd do one now. I don't know why, but things have gotten loads worse. In the past 3 weeks I've been getting out of the house about 5 minutes a day. The foods that I can eat are now just meat and a few vegetables, and if I eat anything more, I have to it just feels like my whole body shuts down, and I feel like I'm dying. I can't do it for much longer. I don't. It's just like I'm just watching my life disappear. And I need help, and I'm determined that there's something that I can do to get out of this. But I want to make this video because I want people to know how bad it is, because you don't see how bad it is, because people like me just spend all the fucking time in the house and you don't see it and you don't experience it. I just want to live. I want to be alive so much, and so I keep looking for a cure, and I've done so much things, and I've spent thousands of pounds. I spent thousands of pounds and gone to hospitals. I've even gone to some of the best specialists in the world. I'm still so sick. I just need help. Oh, fuck. And so I'm putting this up because I just want to be as fucking honest as possible. It's taken away my life and all my dreams. I can barely make music these days, and I'm watching everybody else grow up and do all the things that people do when they grow up. I just spend all my life in a house watching the world just pass. It's like worse than prison, because I just don't know if there's ever going to be a way out, and I just want a way out. And I don't know what to do anymore because I've done so many tests and stuff, and I know there's always more tests and stuff, but like I just get my hopes up every time, and every treatment that I do I get my hopes up that it's going to be the thing that cures me. And then it doesn't, and I'm back here again, and I'm so fed up of being back here. And if this illness does kill me, then I want this video. I want somebody who can take notice of this video and do something with it. Somebody that could look at it and take it to people that go, okay, we need to research this more because people are really suffering. Somebody that can help find a cure for this. It's such a fucking mystery. I just don't understand why, but they don't know anything about it yet. It just feels horrible. So if it is something that takes away my health completely, then I want people to look at this, and I want them to hopefully think that there's things that they can be doing to further push forward research, or just make it so nobody has to go through it. And I'm really doing everything that I can. I mean, I'm going online and I'm reading as much research as I can, and everything that's available to me in books, and I've undergone so many different treatments and so many different theories, like the lightning process and all that sort of stuff, and dealt with all the emotional stuff, and tried to just shut off all my stress responses and balance everything that way. And I've done so many supplements and tried to rebalance my gut, and
And I know there's more things that I want to do and try, but I'm fucking broke because I've spent all my money on everything, and I just live on the fucking disability benefits, and just goes on the few foods that I can eat, and then the rest of it goes on the supplements, and then I just wait. When everyone gets on with the rest of their days and goes out in the house, and I just wait, hoping that there's something better around the next corner. Just wait, hoping that there's some sort of treatment or something. Suddenly I'll just hit the nail on the head and everything will be okay. And I get my hopes up so much every time I do something. And how many times can you do it? How many times can I take it? How many times can I take that process of pinning my hopes on something so much and feeling so happy when I feel a 10% improvement, thinking that it's just going to be an upward hill, and then crashing right back here and just fucking ending up in bed all day watching the world ticking past. I just can't do it, man. It's fucking horrible. And I don't know what I want to gain out of this video. I just hope that, I don't know, but I am still here and I haven't given up, and that's because I think that there's still part of me that's like, there'll be some way out, and it'll be worth it all. And I just fucking hope I'm right, because I can't do it for more years. Like, I'm just watching all my young years just fucking pass by. Oh. Praying for a miracle. I want a miracle. This is a very long overdue video, bloggy, updatey extravaganza. What have I got to report? I basically haven't been out of bed for about 2 months because things have been really playing up. My digestion has been going loco, and I've been going loco because when you stay in bed all the time, there's not much to do. It's pretty boring. I've been watching lots of films. I'd say I've made my way through the IMDb top 250 films list. Some pretty good films on that. I've kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel now for films. Welcome to the day in the life of somebody with a chronic illness. I've been to some pretty bad places in my head because of the fact that I was doing quite well last year, doing everything right, and I've kind of ended up worse than I've ever been. And it's been disheartening. It's been the first time in my life where I've been scared that this is it. And also, like, in my videos before, I always wanted to come across as this hopeful, positive, you know, can do anything, be anything guy. But that person who I identified with has been really challenged recently, and I don't really know how much I can be that person. It doesn't feel really real, because it's like every time I can sort of like climb up to the top of that barrel, stick my head out and be like, hello life, it's like you get fucking thrown to the bottom, and there's only a certain amount of times you can get thrown to the bottom. So it's just confusing, because I want to not be sick anymore, I think. Yeah. I want to be, don't know, 25 now, mate. That's all my early 20s that I've been sick. It's a long time. But now, I was like hearing myself in this self-pity, like, stupid, isn't it? No one wants to hear that. Oh, so poor me, mate. There's so many people worse off than I am. I've got the luxury of having a lovely house with a lovely mother, and yeah, I'm lucky in that respect. I've got the internet and IMDb's finest recommendations. Watching lots of Tarantino films, True Romance. There's a beast of a film, Blood. That's a good film. Oh God, I don't know what to say. I am Ren. That's it really. Like, hopefully the last video I did was pretty depressing. This video was pretty depressing. Hopefully the next time that I report back with some news, it will be good and positive. Let's hope, eh? That's it. Starting these, I never know how to start these. Oh, I've got low battery. Hopefully this will last. So it's been about 3 months since my last update. And it's probably been the worst 3 months of my life. Hey. Yeah, things haven't gone so well for me. Really, I've basically been here for 3 months in this bedroom. I had a bit of a nervous breakdown. I think that's what it was. It was really weird. I just basically lost the plot after things didn't work out, and I was trying these new treatments which could have contributed to it. I don't really know, but I went a little bit insane for a little while, developed sort of OCD type, ticky, Tourette's type things, and night terrors, man. Like, I was waking up fucking screaming in the night. I just went a bit insane, and I got myself to emergency services and to some therapists for a little while, and I got my shit together, and I'm not crazy anymore. I'm not crazy anymore. But it is what it is, isn't it? I mean, what can I do? I mean, I could say to you, if you're watching this and you haven't got something wrong with you, I suppose what I can give you is a kick up the arse to go outside and do what you love, man. Take advantage of that healthy body and just go for whatever it is. If I had the opportunity and the ability to do that, I would be doing it every single day, making the most of every single moment. And if you have the ability to do that, fucking do it. Stop this stupid whinging video now and go and do it.
Oh yeah. What else is big news? Oh, there's something that I'll get to in a second. This is big. Like, the first 6 months of this year I was just trapped in bed and kind of always had this album in the works since 2012, before I got really, really sick and like had to live at home and all that shit. Like, yeah, I had to quit a successful music career, give all that stuff up, which was pretty devastating. And so, like, after managing to sort of manage all this stuff a little bit better in summer this year, I just poured everything I could into trying to finish this little bad boy. And now it's finished, and you can buy it, and I'll post a link to it under the video, and if you want to buy it and listen to it, that's wicked, because it means that that's kind of why I did it. I did it because I want people to listen to it and enjoy it. And it's finished. Woo! I look like a scruffy little monkey today because I haven't had a shower or shave or anything like that. So, welcome to Scruffland. Also, in Spain, I got given this from some dude, which is apparently a piece of Atlantis, the city that sunk. There it is. Mind blank. Okay, yeah, so the big news
I don't think I said this in the last video, is I went to Brussels to see an ME specialist, and he did loads of tests on me, like took every fluid from every orifice of my body that he could, just to check what's going on. I spent a lot of money and went over there, but I guess it was worth it in the end. I mean, they checked everything and they found out that I have Lyme's disease, and have had that in my blood for a long time in my body, which is probably the causative factor in the reason that I'm sick. And if you start searching up that, and you'll see some celebrities and stuff like John Cadwell and Avril Lavigne and all that shit have been going through that sort of stuff. And it's kind of like a double-edged sword, like, because it's treatable, but there's no guarantee that it's going to do anything. But I'm going to start some antibiotics and some like herbals, and just try and, at least now I kind of know what I'm up against. With ME, they're just like, you're sick, we can't tell you why you're sick, you just feel like shit, we don't know why, just carry on feeling like shit. So it's kind of good to have something to go on, more tangible, even though there's a lot of uncertainty in this area, and when things bugger up your immune system, it becomes more complex to treat them, because you're not just treating one cause. It's not just like, take this pill and this will happen. It's more like we have to sequentially sort out all the systems in the body, sort you out. So I'm doing lots of different treatments again, yay. But you know, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm getting out a little bit more. I've got into photography and filming and stuff, which I'm loving at the moment. Doing a lot of music stuff. I've just got my music on iTunes and Spotify on the 15th of January, so check it out then. If you go on Spotify and type in Ren, I'll come up. Hey, that's cool. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Tell me how you guys are doing. How's your New Year's going? All that stuff. I want to know. And yeah, that's it. Hi, my name's Ren, I'm 26 and I suffer from Lyme disease and ME. And this is Lyme disease and ME awareness month, so I thought I'd start making videos again. I used to, and I stopped because I got too depressed with how little progress I was making, but you know what? I want to be part of the wave of change, because it desperately needs change, man. I go to my doctors at the moment and they can't treat me. All over the world people are suffering. If you just start searching, like if you're a normal person and hasn't even heard about this, go into the support groups and you'll see the multitude of the amount of suffering that people are going through. For me to even be here talking to you, I'm on countless medications, drugs, supplements, very strict diet, just to function. And even with then, I feel like crap every day. I woke up feeling like I haven't slept. My brain sometimes just doesn't work. I've got pain constantly in my legs, my feet, and the difficult thing is, because it's not visible on here, like because I haven't got a broken arm or because I haven't got some sort of horrible rash or something, it's very much just inside, and people with things like MS or ALS and things like that will be able to relate to that. We just need to put an end to the suffering. And it's not just for my sake, like, I would happily die for the cause if it means that people don't have to go through this, because I've been fucking left, man. My job, my dream job, that's gone. And I've had to basically been housebound for most of my 20s, and that's really fucking tough. So I'm asking you, like, all the top, Gemsek, Horowitz, Klinghardt, all of those top doctors, you need to start working together, not separately with your own individualised antibiotic protocols. You need to all start working together for the sake of me, for the sake of every single person that comes into your door and supplies you with your income, please. Hello, Facebook. I told a few people, I promised a few people that I would keep on doing video diaries about my journeys, my trips to Washington and stuff, so I am keeping that promise. Don't say I don't keep promises. Yeah, sorry if I come across a bit all over the place today. My brain is jelly from this. But nah. Anyway, yes, I'm off to Washington to go and meet Dr. Jemsek to talk about potential next lines of treatment and stuff. So that is going to be good, man. He's like one of the pioneers of Lyme treatment and is someone that I admire very much for what he does. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I've packed, which is why I'm knackered, and which is why my room looks a little bit like a tsunami hit it. Because my way of packing is kind of just generally going, oh no, I can't find anything. Just fucking, where is everything? And just kind of tornadoing the room. But it is, I have successfully packed. Checklist, everything. So now, beginning the first step into kicking some Lyme disease ass. Hopefully. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My best mate Momo's coming with me for the trip, so thank you, you're bloody awesome, just in case anything goes tits up or I suddenly have a big crash, which sometimes happens. Yeah, so great, that's it really. I'm just keeping you all updated and informed. Thank you very much. Hey Facebook, this is my America update as promised, and I'm sorry if I don't communicate very well today because my brain is absolute mush. Today it's brain soup. But today is day one, like my proper first day of treatment at Infusio Clinic over in LA, which is pretty amazing. And I'll just kind of tell you a bit about kind of how I've come here and what's happened. I mean, I came to the States a few days ago and I went to see Dr. Jemsek's PA, Rachel, and I spoke over all that protocol and it all sounded really good. But like I was saying before, I mean, personally, I don't know if my body's ready for that many antibiotics. So I don't know, everybody's different, but I went over to Infusio Clinic in LA to talk to those guys about what they do, and it's very much kind of about building you up and supporting your body and then going in with immune modulation. And I'm going to give that a good go, and it may be that builds me up to the point where I then take antibiotics, or it may be that I don't need to do antibiotics at all because my immune system just sorts it out. So fingers crossed. That's kind of where I'm aiming at, and so I am day one, and I've kind of gone in and we've done various things like ozone for my blood and various kind of infusions just to some kind of adrenal support, and thymus, which is just something that kind of teaches your immune system to work properly again when it hasn't been working for so long. But so the first day, I mean, the clinic was amazing. It was something out of a sci-fi film, I think. It all felt very surreal, and the people there were really bloody nice as well, which made a nice change from kind of back home in the UK being parcelled around from doctor to doctor, made to feel like a crazy person. After 7 years, kind of relief that I'm actually starting something, because I only found out about this Lyme thing a few months ago, and now here I am, like actually finally doing the right bloody thing for once, and I'm trying to start treating the Lyme, which is good. I'm feeling good. Hey Facebook. So I've had to do this again because I realised I was mumbling like a mumble machine in my last video, and because a lot of American people are watching this as well, I'm not sure if you're quite going to be able to understand my mumbly accent. So I'm going to pronounce my words clearly. So today is day 2 of my Infusio Clinic visit, and my arms are full of holes and things. But today I did a few different things. I did intravenous antimicrobials to kill the Lyme directly, and then I did intravenous vitamins, anti-inflammatories, and
amino acids to try and kind of calm the Herx reaction down, which I think is really cool because usually when I take oral antimicrobials or like antibiotics, whenever I've done anything like that in the past, like I have been out for the count on the bed, like I've just been, that's me for the rest of the day, with terrible brain fog and fatigue and stuff. But today, funnily enough, I didn't feel like that after the antimicrobials. I just was able to kind of carry on. And I think that's a really cool thing. I think the guys over there kind of believe to make treatment as comfortable as possible and to never really let somebody get past that point of comfort. And I like that approach. I mean, there is the thing about like wanting to feel shit, so you're like, this is really working. But so it's kind of, you've got to get into a different headspace where, okay, I can get better without necessarily feeling terrible. But anyway, so it's day 2. And I will update you tomorrow.
Hey Facebook, today is day 4. I've moved places where I'm staying, which is why I have a different backdrop. I'm staying with a guy called Chuck, who I met on one of the Lyme support groups. And that actually, I kind of wanted to talk about this today because this is something that is really kind of close to my heart, is the kindness of community and how I think that should kind of be integral regardless of whether you're going through an illness or not, because we are all on this little floating rock together, so we might as well make it as good for everybody as we can. And I like to do the same whenever I can and extend my place for a place to stay, or extend my knowledge about treatment and stuff to people, or where to go, because we're all kind of fumbling around in the dark, so if we can pick each other up, that's great. So for me, I am a boy from a poor family who his ability to do stuff has become hugely hindered by this illness, and yet I'm in America, which is kind of unfathomable, and is also something that I've had to kind of pinch myself over a few times, but it's largely to do with the kindness of people, and this whole trip has kind of reinforced my love for people over and over again. I mean, getting here, I'm not going to mention any names because some people might not want names mentioned and all that stuff, but getting here, a really dear friend of mine whose husband is a pilot managed to help me out with flights, and I can't thank them enough because I get hugely discounted flights, so I managed to get here for really, really cheap. And then when I got here, I put a shout out on Facebook. I love Facebook for this, and because we got to Washington, we were like, we haven't actually got anywhere to stay. We just kind of went there on blind faith. And then 20 minutes after I put up a status like, we need to find somewhere to stay here, someone was like, yeah, you can stay at our house. And I went to go and stay over at her house, and she was lovely, and that was amazing too. And got to make a new friend and stay with this place, and then I went over to LA, and the same thing happened. I reached out to somebody from the Lyme support groups who was just like super, super nice, and is a musician as well, and stayed with her and her boyfriend, and that was amazing. And now, because they're going through their own things, and I don't want to be a burden, and now I found somewhere else to stay, and so like the accommodation and the flights and everything with this trip have been really, really affordable, and that's kind of, and it's only to do with kind of kindness and my own. It's kind of, if you get to the point where you kind of swallow your pride and go, because I think there's a lot of times where we kind of feel scared to ask for help or to reach out because either we don't feel deserving, or we just feel like it will be too rude or cheeky. But the thing is, like, if someone asked me for help, I'd love to be able to give them help. And if you kind of flip it round, there are people who just want to help and support you, and it makes everybody feel this just human connection. I mean, we live in a time where separation is kind of enforced by various different things, and the media spreads fear about various different things, and there's too much judgmental stuff going on that's reinforced by billboards of pretty people here and there, and you've got to look or feel a certain way to feel accepted, but it's all nonsense, man. Human connection is key to just contentment, I feel like. And so all that fear about reaching out, just get over it, I think, because together we are stronger and we are happier. And yeah, it's really touched me that I've been able to find support within my own community, and I wish that could kind of be ubiquitous, like regardless of Lyme disease or no Lyme disease. I think we are all one big community. As hippie as that sounds, I think it's true. Anyway, so today, yesterday, I'm having 2 days off treatment because the clinic is closed, but yesterday I went in for some more infusions of various different things, some kind of antimicrobials to help kill the Lyme and the various co-infections I have. And the clinic's great, it's just really nice. It's, every time that I go there I'm kind of shocked. I mean, like, going through doctors back home in the UK who kind of sometimes even it's almost like they want to get you out the door as fast as possible and don't want anything to do with you. Whereas yesterday, 2 of my doctors hugged me, and we were just kind of chatting as like friends, like old friends, and it was a completely different environment. Like, when you sit in a hospital waiting room, you have this overwhelming feeling of everybody just being sick and everybody feeling, but the overall feeling was one of recovery, and that was really nice to be around people who kind of, they just because of the emotional kind of support and the feeling of the place. It didn't feel like a place for sick people, regardless of the fact that there were a lot of sick people there, which I thought was great. But yeah, so what I'm kind of moving towards with all this is potentially doing stem cell treatment, and it's a very interesting thing. I mean, I've looked into, and when people think stem cells, there's a lot of things that come to mind, or not, or maybe you haven't heard anything about them. But this clinic focuses on taking your own stem cells, taking them out of your body, maturing them, like isolating the ones that are working properly, and then replicating them, I think, with cytokines. Just kind of basically taking your own immune cells out and taking them to boot camp, and making them work out, putting them, and then injecting them back into your body and making them work properly. So whether or not this alone will have the ability to get on top of Lyme and is to be seen. But anyway, yeah, this has been a long video. I've been rambling a lot. Hopefully it's been insightful. I'll let you know how my next clinic appointment goes on Tuesday. Hey Facebook, hola. So today is day 5 in clinic. Sunday, because I've had 2 days off now. I had Sunday and Monday off, and Sunday was pretty bad actually. I just kind of stayed in bed all day, feeling completely drained. But they said to expect to feel that, and I'm used to it. I know the score with all that sort of stuff. So I pretty much stayed in bed all day. I've become a pro at that. But then, so today is day 5 in clinic, and today was kind of the first proper bad day that I've had, because I kind of got into the clinic feeling relatively okay, and then I got rigged up to the IVs, and which were antimicrobials and like detoxifiers and chelators, just to get things out of my body, to get it detoxing. And then about 40 minutes in, I just noticed that I was getting all this light sensitivity, and I noticed that I just kind of felt like I was on bad drugs all of a sudden, and so I tried to call somebody over, but I realised that I started stuttering and I couldn't get my words out. And I've had this last year when I went through a little bit of a breakdown following a treatment. It's just like something goes a bit loopy in my brain and I couldn't talk, and the doctors kind of came and sat with me for a little while, and kind of, they were just really nice and supportive as they are, and I got an injection of glutathione, which kind of just helps mobilise toxins and get them out. But then about 5 minutes later, my kidneys, it felt like somebody had jammed a knife into my back. I'd never quite felt anything that painful in my kidneys before, in my back, and I cried like a little girl. I admit that. And then I got 5 shots of Procaine, into like a painkiller, and into my back, and that kind of just kind of around the area where my kidneys are, and that really helped. So it just lasted, like, after that it only lasted about 5 minutes or so, and then it went away. But yeah, it was pretty intense. Through another weird serendipitous turn of events, that seems to be my favourite word at the moment, just because things seem to just be happening that seem almost too coincidental. Even coming over to LA while I was in America, it just seems like, what are the chances of that happening and that sort of timing? And then while I was in LA, I got a message from a guy who works for BMG, which is a massive music company over in LA, who work with some amazing artists, and they were like, "We really like your music. Would you ever want to talk about on the phone about what you're doing, etc.?" And I was like, I'm in LA. I normally live miles away, and I'm never ever in America, but I so happen to be in LA. So I went over to this big skyscrapery building and met this amazing dude, and we talked music, and he said that one of my songs was unlike anything he'd ever heard, quote, which was pretty amazing. That was pretty good medicine after that shake-up. So I had very much of a roller coaster day. Yeah, it was kind of a roller coaster, I think, is the best way to describe it. Hey guys, it's kind of late here, so I'm going to keep my voice down. I've unintentionally grown a bit of a beard because my shaver broke, which is appropriate. It shows the passing of time. So this is the day before my last day at Infusion Clinic, and I never really thought I'd be saying this about a hospital, but I'm kind of sad to leave, just because it's a strange dynamic, but one that shouldn't really be strange, I don't think, in a progressive society. But it's one where I feel like I've kind of made friends with every single one of the staff there in their own unique, fantastic way, because they're all really amazing people, and I've just felt really looked after, and yeah, I just felt a lot of love, and I'm genuinely quite sad to go, which is something very strange to say. But anyway, so today is my last day before I go home, and I carry on treatment at home, and then possibly go back to Germany or to LA, depending on what's happening, for stem cell treatment. But that'll be later on down the line. But so today I did ozone, and I actually managed to get 9 things of blood out. I only managed to get 3.5 of these little cups full of blood out on the first day, because my blood was so coagulated and toxic and thick that it just wasn't coming out properly. And today, out of 10, I got 9, and it's actually nice to see that there is some actual, you can see visible progression in your body after all of the various things that have been going in and out, and that's cool. It's good to see. Symptom wise, I'm kind of feeling still up and down, but you know, it's very early days. So this morning I kind of lost my cool a little bit while I was in the treatment, and just before I turned up, just because I kind of sat outside the clinic for a second and looked at it and realised that I'd been in that same position outside different clinics all over the world, even before I got my diagnosis for Lyme disease, before when I was just chasing ME so many times, and it's exhausting, I think, to put that much hope in things. And so I just kind of it's almost like a loss, isn't it? It's like I've been ill since I was kind of 18, 19, and I'm 26 now, and I just kind of, whenever you go through a transitional period, if things are potentially going to change, then there's always a period of reflection and a period of loss for all of what could have been, instead of just lying in bed for years, you know, while my friends are doing normal 26-year-old stuff and growing up and starting families and getting proper jobs, and I'm just kind of lying in bed. So that kind of, it all it all just came crashing down today. And then this angel from inside the clinic just came and sat down with me for a little while and cheered me up. She's been going through it, and then a few other more people came, and it was really nice just talking to some people who've been through the experience themselves and just got it, you know. They've been there too, and I'm not completely alone, you know. None of us are. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep going, just because it's real, and I don't have any more shame anymore. I'm a 26-year-old guy, and I'm in tears, but it doesn't matter. So I just wish, I hope this works and this helps people, because they deserve to feel better, so much better. Yeah, I really hope, and I really hope more research progress is made across the board, because there's people who can't afford treatment. There's people who are made to feel like hypochondriacs and given incorrect diagnoses for years, sometimes probably their whole lives, and it has to stop. It's got to stop now, and I'm going to do everything that I can to try and help that along. Anyway, tomorrow's going to be my last day, and I'm going to keep you updated with how all that goes. Now, how I do, how I'm feeling. I hope everyone else is feeling alright. I love you. Thank you for watching. Plot twist. Based on my last video, I was very sad about leaving, and it seems that the LA fairies answered my prayers. Phil said that he wants me to stay in an extra week because he thinks that my body, based on kind of the results that I've been getting from treatment, he thinks that I can do it sooner, and thinks that I'm ready for treatment sooner, which was a kind of a bit of a shock when he said it, because in my mind I thought I was going to be off to Germany, because they've got a clinic in Germany and it's a lot closer to the UK. But I mean, logistically it makes a lot of sense to stay and do it if I can, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm pretty nervous. Obviously in these sorts of situations you would be. It's adipose, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is your own fat, an autologous, I think that's how you pronounce it. I need to double check these things. But it's stem cells taken from my own body and my own fat, which kind of makes me a little nervous, just because I look like a poster child for malnourished musicians. I'm just very skinny and haven't got much fat on me, so it's going to be kind of like squeezing water out of a stone. I've been staying with my friend Brian, who I met from the group, and Momo's here as well, my friend who came with me from the UK, and they are currently watching Prison Break. And since I've gotten here, which was 2 nights ago, I swear they watched about 25 episodes, not exaggerating, kind of back to back. So I've kind of I can't deal with all the drama, breaking out of prison, kicking some ass, so I'm sitting in the garden doing this blog. Yeah, that's it. My brain is feeling a little spacey, and I'm gonna go to bed and get an early night. Well, I'm gonna try, but there'll probably be Prison Break until the early hours of the morning, so I'm gonna go and watch some Prison Break. Good night. Hey guys, today I'm not having the best day. Symptom wise, my feet are kind of more in pain than I've been in a while, just like an ache. It feels like my bones want to grow out my foot, man. And symptom wise, yeah, mood wise, it's all going. Anyway, today, because I'm not in the clinic, I just kind of wanted to talk about something else, kind of like the shell, because I think this is kind of important. It's something that was swimming around my head today, and it's this: like, if you see me or anybody that's going through this out on the surface, you look at me and you'd be forgiven for going, oh look, everything's going alright, you look well, you look healthy. And then when people say, hey Ren, how are you? I'll smile and I'll go, yeah, I'm good. Because I don't want to say anything else. And if they say, wow, you look well today, or oh, you're looking a lot better, I'll smile and I'll say, yeah, thanks a lot. But it misses, I'm not okay. I'm really not okay. But I don't want to say that every time. And when people see this like condensed thing, it's why doctors can be forgiven, because they see you for 5 minutes a day. What they don't see is 7 years. I've been to hundreds and hundreds of doctors just to stay kind of afloat. I take like countless medicines and supplements every day. I have to eat just chicken and salad and a few other things every meal, breakfast, lunch and dinner, to stay okay. Not only that, but I'm carrying around the weight of every single doctor that I've seen that I haven't gotten better. Literally thousands of supplements every time that I have spent. I'm not even exaggerating. I've seen hundreds of doctors and therapists and all these sorts of things, and I'm carrying it around with me because I'm not better. And every time that it happens, I'm still not better, and it's there. It's like a weight. And whenever anybody says, "Are you okay?" I just smile and say, "Yeah, I'm alright." I'm not fucking alright. I just want to be better, you know. I think this is like, I don't know. At least if I had something that was definite or even terminal, people could go, "This is what's wrong with you." You can make peace with it. But it's not the case, because so little is known that you just don't know. You don't know where it's going to go, and because it's in an area where there could potentially be more advancement in treatment and all that stuff, and for some people you hear about getting better, you're like, you still have this like little tiny bit of hope that you constantly cling to and reach to. And then when you get let down, it's really tough. And I think this is all coming up just because I'm about to undergo a treatment, and I don't want to be let down again. I just want to live my life, man. Like, I'm fed up of being in pain every day. I'm fed up of restricted diets and endless things of medicine, and then being part of a community where I've seen some people that I've gotten to know really well die and suffer every day and send me these messages about them suffering. It's not the life that I want. Hey Facebook, so it's day 1 of stem cells fully mobilised and swimming around my body, the medicine of the future, regenerative medicine. And I actually feel okay. You know, I feel pretty good. Apparently, they said because of all the different factors, when you extract stem cells from the fat, you're not just getting stem cells, you're getting a bunch of other things as well. So initially you get kind of like an anti-inflammatory response, and then Phil said in a week or potentially shorter or longer to expect to feel like I've been hit by a truck, and not to panic if that happens. Because then my immune system starts waking up, the cell-to-cell signalling starts kicking in, and you know, this immune deficiency that I've been experiencing for a long time slowly but surely starts coming back to life over the next few months, and it's a long process, but that means that to expect to kind of feel more inflammation and more of that sort of stuff while my body starts hopefully waking up and doing its thing. But yeah, so today's procedure, I kind of feel like I've been beaten the crap out of from behind, in a good way. I got the liposuction today. I went on the bed, and because I am, as you can see, quite a skinny chap, and they gave me this lovely corset to wear, which is very, very nice. But yeah, so they kind of took a look at me and said that they didn't think they were going to get any fat from this area, because it's kind of not very much fat there. So they took it from
my love handles. My junk in my trunk is no longer in my trunk. It's been filtered out and turned into stem cells. And yeah, so they extracted it, put it through their crazy mad scientist process of chemicals and centrifuges and stuff, and then they fed it back into my arm intravenously, and to do its thing. And hopefully it will do its thing. Time will tell. But yeah, do you want to see something gross? Look, that's my back leaking. Hopefully you're not eating while you're watching that. Anyway, so it's day one.
Hey guys, I'm back in England and I've lost my facial hair, so I've now gone back to looking like a 10-year-old. I'm back with my toys, which is great because I've been away from all my music stuff for like too long. So I'm back in England. I thought I'd just kind of do like a summary video of my time at Infusio Clinic and then talk about how I've been for the last few days and stuff. But yeah, since I've come to the end of it all and I'm back home, I wanted to talk about my whole time there. And to start off with, like, regardless of where I go from here, kind of with my health, it changed my life because it came at a time when just a month ago I'd kind of lost hope with what was available to us right now, which is one of the reasons I've been so kind of active and trying to be an activist for Lyme, is because I just kind of lost hope. So I went over to America, and literally the day before I was about to go, Phil, the founder of Infusio Clinic, reached out to me and said, look, I've got something that I think could potentially get you back on track. And seeing as I know an amazing lady who was helping me out with flights because her husband's a pilot, I just went, yeah, I'll book a flight there. You know, like it came, and whenever kind of messages like that seem to just come up out of nowhere, like I will just go to the ends of the earth. Like, so I did, and I went to LA, and I went to this clinic, and it changed everything in terms of just how I kind of felt even about doctors, because just it was a different world. The way that I was treated was with compassion and with because I am a curious little bugger, so I will just ask questions and questions and questions, and I never ever felt like that was like people were like, oh, for God's sake, why are you asking questions? It was like I could tell that people shared a passion about what they were doing, and so that when they were explaining it, they were doing it on a level, like I didn't ever feel looked down or patronised. I felt like almost like people like encouraging you to look into these things. And especially talking with Phil about stem cells, I mean, that was such an amazing thing, and because I'm so geeky about all this stuff and I get really excited by it, and so listening to him talk, and he's a genius, and it's really inspiring. But yeah, so I went into the clinic, and it was like, it felt like something out of a film, this Beverly Hills, and here I am, like this scruffy boy from Wales who's like in this top clinic where everything looks shiny, and the staff there were just like I said in the video before, I just kind of made friends with each and all of them. And when things got a little bit scary for me, because I had to postpone the stem cells, but there was one day when things got particularly scary, and Sarah, who I'm giving a big shout out to, just knew what to do in an instant. Like, she was there with the right things, and the neurological problems which started because I started stuttering and I started not being able to get words out, and just suddenly feeling like I've been weirdly like poisoned and stuff. And this has happened a few times in the past, lots of times just with Lyme stuff. She knew exactly what to do, and it passed in half an hour, which is kind of unheard of for me. Like, normally it will last a few days and I'll be in this really weird state, and she just knew what to do to make it pass straight away. And from that instant on, I felt safe. Like, I was like, okay, these guys do know what they're doing. But yeah, so that is my Infusio update, and I will keep on updating you kind of like probably like a weekly basis now, because you don't hear me rambling every day. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, it's just going to be a short video today, just because I said that I would keep on doing these weekly. The metaphorical truck has well and truly hit me. But I expected this. They told me to expect to feel like crap while my immune system starts waking up. So hopefully it's a good sign. I spent yesterday and the day before pretty much in bed all day, watching films and geeking out. What I've needed to do is step away from like the forums and the support groups, because as helpful as they are sometimes, there can be a point, I think, where then you get sucked into these conversations which kind of like feed the negativity of it all, and so I've tried to like step away from that. Yeah, so that's basically it today. Sleepy, gonna go back to bed, and got some music. That's pretty much it this week. Wait, hang on. I think it's like day 10 or 11, 12. I don't know. It's a day. Anyway, thank you.
Hey guys. I thought that I'd make these videos look a little bit more shiny and beautiful, just because you are beautiful people who say beautiful things, and so you deserve a beautiful video. I worked out a good way to find out what week it is. What day it is past treatment, because I did my procedure on the 1st of June, which was really strangely an important date for me. I'll let you know why. But it is the 20th of June, so I'm 20 days in. And this week has been quite good actually. I've still been, I haven't been getting out of the house very much, but mental clarity wise, I felt something shift, and I don't know, you might be able to tell from looking at my old videos and now, but my face has kind of gone less puffy, because it's always kind of swollen and puffy normally, and you can't really tell unless you're me, because you're used to what your face is meant to look like. And what else? The other day I went, for the first time in 2 years, I went for a little jog. It wasn't very big because I get a lot of knee pain and a lot of foot pain with Lyme disease, but it's the first one I went for in like 2 years, so it felt like a big achievement. And then I came home. The next day I was pretty exhausted and stayed in bed most of the day, but nonetheless I felt like it was a bit of a milestone. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the main chunk of it really. I've been injecting thymus as well, which is part of the Infusio program, which is kind of like an immune modulator, and hopefully that might help my food reactions, because I'm still getting these really bad food reactions whereby everything that I eat, no matter what it is, it doesn't really matter what it is it seems, but just anything I eat seems to give me like brain fog, instant hangover feeling, just feeling really sometimes it lasts hours, sometimes it lasts for the rest of the day, sometimes it lasts about half an hour, but it happens without fail, and it's really like yeah, it's just a bit, because I can wake up feeling like, yeah, today's gonna be a good day, and then the second I eat I'm like zombie. So hopefully that will clear up with time, but yeah, so I'm 20 days in. They said, a lot of the people that I've spoken to who went through this procedure says that the real magic happens kind of like around either the 6 week to the 3 month mark, and I'm only 14, tomorrow will be 21 days in, so tomorrow will be 3 weeks in. So yeah, hopefully it's just around 6 weeks it'll be even better, and I'll have even better things to report. But yeah, so it's so far I'm seeing little positive shifts. Still getting quite sleepy and tired and brain foggy, but I'm seeing little positive benefits. Yeah. So I will keep you updated with how all that goes, and I'm also planning to make some more, like really spend some time on these videos, because I don't plan what I'm going to say ever. I just kind of press play and go. And then I also want to make a video about all the things that helped me a lot before I came on to stem cells, like the thing, because I used to live in my mum's house and just spent all day in bed, so I do want to make a video talking about, because there was two things, namely CBD oil and LDM, that got me out of there and made it possible for me to actually get to America to get those treatments in the first place, because before that I wouldn't have been able to actually leave my house. So I'll talk about that in one video. But yes, thank you very much for watching. Hey guys, sorry it took me ages to do a video. I'm sorry. My kind of predicted big crash happened, and it was pretty big. Like, I spent a lot of time in bed, and I'm still pretty spaced out and crashy, so if I talk and it makes no sense, or I start sentences in the middle rather than the beginning, you know why. It's because Ren brainy, no worky, talky, bad, hard effort. Lots brain fog. Yes, I'm feeling particularly kind of spacey and tired at the moment. Kind of my brain, my gut isn't happy. It's like kind of sore, but it's kind of all right on cue. Like they told me to kind of expect all this. Kind of in the middle, they told me to expect like a kind of throwing up of lots of symptoms and stuff like that. So yeah, I expected it. So I'm not panicking. I'm just kind of going with it. And yeah, I have had some encouraging things. Like, I've been able to do a bit more music stuff. Like, I've been able to do a bit of guitar and stuff like that. And I've got this baby, because my old guitar was just on the way out and breaking. And look at it. She's so pretty. It's my new guitar. It's a Telecaster, and Telecasters are my favourite things in the world. Oh, hang on. Whoops. Yeah, it makes nice noises. So hopefully once I'm on the other end of this illness, I'll be able to put that to good practice, either out on the street or at gigs and stuff. So that's been fun. I've been playing that and sort of little more guitar and stuff. But yeah, and I've just kind of noticed a few little shifts. Some days I'm like, I'm actually not feeling too bad today. I've just been really tired. Like, it kind of feels like a different kind of tired though. It's not like an on edge tired. It's more like a deep kind of sleep tired. So I'm hoping that means that it's kind of like a restorative sort of fatigue, rather than just fatigue. But the encouraging thing is that I've been in contact with lots of people who have gone through the same procedure as me, and a lot of them have said like it's kind of right on cue, and a lot of them are doing really well. I mean, some of them are doing amazingly well, and that's really encouraging to hear. And I've spoken to a few people who said that their progress took a little bit longer. So I'm just hoping that I come out of this slump sooner rather than later. And what else? And yeah, the reason I kind of took a step back, I mean, I think this illness is amazing at giving you empathy, definitely for other people going through the same thing, but there becomes a point sometimes where your empathy turns you into your own enemy, because I used to spend all of my time kind of helping out people and talking to people and stuff, and I have been taking a step back from that, just because, not because I don't care, but because I need to really look after myself at the moment. I think the best thing that I can do for anybody, rather than advice or anything, is get better, to show that it's possible to get better. And if I can do that, then I think that's the best possible thing, because then you can just look back at all my videos and see exactly what I did and what worked and what didn't work, etc. So yeah, so I'm just really focusing on just like recovering at the moment and taking some time. So please don't turn into a psychotic wannabe Ren murderer if I don't reply for a little while to messages and stuff. It's really not nothing personal. I know a few people have been getting a little bit annoyed with me for not replying straight away, and I am really sorry. It's never personal. It's always just because I'm taking time for me. So yeah, sorry I wasn't a bit sooner with this video, but I was even more of an incoherent mess than I am now. So it's probably for the best, because I might have just been kind of sat here dribbling for a few minutes. Now, it wasn't that bad, but you know, I am still positive. I'm feeling good, and I'm going to Germany for retests next week to see Dr. Phil, and just to check on progression. They've got a clinic in Germany which is a lot closer than an LA infuso clinic, And some other really good news that Phil let me know as well is that they are currently training somebody. This is good for anybody in the UK who watches this. I know I've got a lot of UK followers. They are training somebody in the UK in a place called the Hale Clinic, which means that there will be infuso support in the UK, which is amazing because there's such a lack of stuff for Lyme disease in the UK. I was overwhelmed with how much of a lack there was, just because, yeah, I mean, you've got the choice of kind of Breakspear, and I don't want to go into that, but I've got my own reasons for not liking Breakspear very much. But they have helped some people, so whatever. But and that's kind of, there are a few other places as well, like the Well One Clinic, who I know do a little bit, but there's such a lack of support for Lyme disease in the UK, which is why people go and travel all the way to Germany or America. And awesome news that they're introducing something and training somebody up to the UK to be somebody who can potentially really help this. And yeah, hopefully I'll be a bit more online and coherent next week, because I wanted to kind of talk a bit more about the whole thing, but I don't think again today. It's like trying to wade through treacle, trying to get a sentence out of my mouth. So I'll probably just leave it at that. But I am doing not too badly. I'm just very, very tired and spend lots of time just watching Mr. Robot, which has just come out, which is about a hacker who is trying to take down society and all its corruptness. And I like that. It's a good program. Watch it. Anyway, bye. Hey guys, what's up? Just a very, very quick video to say that I am off to Germany. I'm leaving tomorrow to London, and then I'll be in Germany on Monday, just to see how the progress is going with some retests and stuff, and hopefully to find out why I still react to every single thing that I eat. Like, I just suddenly get really tired and brain foggy or puffy faced or painful gut, like every time I eat. So hopefully I'll have a bit of insight into that. Yeah, I know that there's a few people that can go into the clinic next week. So if you are, then please say hi, because it'll be awesome to talk and hang out and stuff. Yes, that's it. Sure. Subface bookie book. So it took a while, but I've kind of regained some kind of semblance of normality. Still feel pretty like hungover, like I've been on a 8-year hangover, but before I got sick through my teens, I was on an 8-year hangover anyway from alcohol. This time it's just no alcohol involved. But yeah, sucks, man. I was in bed for a long time, and I kind of went back to a very bad place. One I don't think I'd ever kind of go back to, if not a bit worse. I was like, there were days where the whole world. I should probably explain like what happened really. Like I was in Germany going for kind of support because my digestion was and still is being a massive problem. And every time the reason I can do this video now is because I haven't eaten anything yet. Like the second that I eat something, I'm like, it's like game over for a few hours. It was like. A few people, some people saw it in clinic. Like I was chatting away to the lady. I had this soup, and then it's like I was comatized, and it's really intense and lasts a few hours. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, maybe we're making progress. Let's have you day, and I eat, and I'm out like a sack of potatoes. Yeah, so I was over in Infusio getting like intravenous nutrients and various things to help my immune system, because of the fact that if I'm having this reaction to food, it makes sense I'm not absorbing food and nutrients, and that's going to be hindering healing probably. So I got these, and I was feeling, because I
only came for a few days. I didn't have the place near the clinic, so I had no access to things to cook with. And I think this is what kind of maybe began the problem, is that I was having to source food that I knew that I would be kind of reacting to. So it may be that like histamine or problems were building up, but I was having to eat things like, because I just had no way to cook. My amazingly diverse diet of chicken and chicken and chicken and chicken. And then, yeah, so I was having to eat different things, and I just wasn't well, man. Like pretty much the whole time in Frankfurt, when I wasn't in clinic, I was just in my hotel room. I tried to walk outside, but I was already feeling rough, man. And then, so like the whole time, I just couldn't see Frankfurt because I was in a hotel room, kind of paralysed and feeling like toxic and poison. And then on the 5th day, I had this infusion, which I had in LA, this is the strangest thing. No reaction to it in LA, and in LA my spirits kind of a bit higher, but then I went into anaphylaxis. I just like instantly knew that something was wrong, and I kind of like, it was lucky that someone was close, because I was like, something's not right. And then it just like propelled, and it felt like I was having a heart attack, and then my face swelled up, and I was like, my mind was like, oh, I might die now. But like, I was just kind of like, okay, this is it. But I didn't die, which was really good. I got an injection of hydrocortisone, which is a steroid, and then I didn't realise how serious it was at the time. I just kind of it was all a bit of a blur, and then the ambulance people came when they took me into. I was just kind of like, I don't really want to go. I've kind of gotten over this now. I'd rather not go to a German hospital, but they said that it was important because it can come back. So I went to the German hospital. I got filled up with steroids, which I think was something that led to the subsequent crash. But anyway, I was just struck by how proficient German hospitals are compared to my experience, man. Like, I got in there and I told them about Lyme, and they were like, why haven't you had an MRI scan in the NHS? And I was like, well, because I've been on a waiting list for about a year. And I'm like, oh, okay, why haven't you had a lumbar puncture? And I was like, they didn't even mention a lumbar puncture. And they were like, oh. And they were like, the doctor was literally like, dude, you need to get antibiotics on the black market or something. You can't mess around with this. And but I don't know. It was a very different situation to kind of what I've experienced in the NHS, which is either kind of indifference or not being educated enough to comment, or just like, no, that's fine, don't even worry about that sort of thing. Have some antidepressants. We'll see you later. So I spent the night overnight. Once I got filled with the steroids, my legs were in fucking agony, man. My symptoms started coming up. I had like a bullseye rash, that was the weirdest thing. Like, I had this circular rash appear on my side, and I don't know if people know, but steroids are kind of a big no-no for Lyme disease. Anyway, kind of recovered, and I got home feeling like, okay, shaken up, but like, okay, hopefully I'm through the worst of it. The second I ate, it was like I downed 2 bottles of vodka. Like, literally, the room started spinning. Like, my sight was doing this. So, Bibby phoned an ambulance. I went back in, but this is when I was back home in in Brighton. And the experience in the NHS hospital was so much different, man. It was like, they put a catheter in my arm, which they forgot about. And I got there, and there was a girl crying on the floor with a broken arm. Nobody really taking notice of her. They came up to my booth and just kind of like zipped the curtains closed. After about 3 hours of nothing happening, I had to go and find someone. I was like, yo, what's going on? And they were like, oh yeah, we'll send someone to you. But it all seemed a bit like... And then like, I got in at about 12, and then about 3 in the morning, somebody saw me, did a check over, kind of follow my finger with your eyes. Oh yeah, no signs of infection. It's like, what? What? And then they told me that I had to wait around until 8 o'clock the next day to see an infectious disease specialist. I waited around until 8 o'clock the next morning, or overnight, on this little tiny bed next to some crazy guy who was talking to himself all night, which also happened in Germany. It seems like there's always a crazy guy talking to themselves when you go to hospital, and I've been that crazy guy, so no judgment there, but It's like mandatory, isn't it? And then the room was spinning. I went and I threw up, and there was a bit of blood in my sick. And I was like, "There's blood in my sick," and the nurse was like, "What do you want me to do?" Literally said, "What do you want me to do about it?" As if I was being rude by even daring to bring it up. And anyway, the next morning comes and they say, "Oh, we forgot that the infectious disease doctor doesn't work on Sunday. But if you wait around another 4 hours, we'll get another doctor to see you." And I was like, "Okay, I've got this catheter still in my arm that nothing's been done about, and a massive bruise has appeared. Can I take this out of my arm?" And they were like, "Nah, we'll just leave that in for now." And then a few hours passed, no one came to see us. In the end, I ended up kind of breaking down and talking to a nurse and being like, "Look, man, this is 8 years I've had of this kind of similar experience of just being like, nobody taking proper responsibility for it. Please just have somebody see me." And then when somebody finally did come, they kind of talked to me with this like half smile, like, "Well, you're young and you look healthy, so I think you should just go home. Why are you waiting here? Why are you wasting my time?" sort of thing. And I was like, "Dude, the fucking room is spinning round in circles right now. I've just thrown up blood." And he's just like, "Well, you should probably make an appointment with your GP." And I was like, I can't even begin, man. I've been made so many appointments. I've been on so many waiting lists, and then I just go to Germany and they talk to me with urgency, and it's just like. Anyway, it's just one bad experience. I do realise, I even said this at the time, that I realised, because there are some good doctors who are trapped in a bad system, man. Like, it's such an underfunded, outstretched system, but despite that, there are still some arseholes working within it. Like, there were some people who were genuinely, had this kind of God complex thing going on, where if you ask them a question, they kind of snigger at it. Like, you shouldn't even be daring to ask the question. You should just kind of be waiting around, told to go home and get on with your life, swallow some antidepressants. Anyway, that's all my baggage coming out. It doesn't matter now. But anyway, so I got home and I was so upset by it that I felt like I was going to... Because I didn't actually end up waiting to be discharged, because it was like 3 o'clock the next day. I'd been there, no sleep, all overnight, no food. And then I was just felt like midway through the conversation with this doctor who was kind of like sniggering, I just walked and I left, because I don't know what I would have done, man. Like, I felt so angry and I didn't want to cause a huge scene. And then I got home, and like the whole way home I was like, I wanted to explode. And I ended up getting home and I ended up screaming so louder than I thought possible a human voice could scream. And I screamed until I couldn't speak. I was at home, and neighbours were rushing outside, and I was just at home on a pile on the floor. And I couldn't speak a word for about 3 days after it. And then I couldn't get out of bed for about 2 weeks. Like, the whole room was spinning. Like, felt so heavy, and I felt like I was never going to come out of it again. Like, I felt, because things were just getting worse and worse and worse. Like, my knee pain was insane. I dropped about a stone in weight, because all I was eating was just blended up courgettes and chicken, because I was reacting so savagely to everything. And it's only been in the last week that I've started like putting some more food back in me, and not everything blended up mush. And my mum had to stop her job. She had to come all the way over, and she had to stop working to look after me. And I couldn't leave the house to shop for myself, couldn't cook for myself, couldn't get off bed again. It was like where I was last year. Like, I couldn't go to the kitchen. I could like make it to my bathroom when I needed to, and that was it. And yeah, so I mean, I got back onto the LDN, which was the stuff that saved my life last year, pretty much, and it's helped normalise things slowly but steadily. But my gut, man, every time I eat, it's like you're knocked back on your ass. But okay, that stuff aside, the positive things are that when I haven't eaten my first meal of the day, I think that I feel a shift. I do. I honestly feel like I'm feeling something happen, which is exciting. I don't know if my gut stuff is really going to hinder this, because I've I've been working with a nutritionist who's been getting me some antihistamine stuff, but I feel like, because I've been taking like deoxychlor, which is stuff that I got given from the clinic, and when I take it, I'm like knocked out for about 2 hours, but it's different to when I eat. And then I've been picking up a little bit since then, but I've just run out of that yesterday, so I'm hoping that I don't backslide massively. But I do feel like it's like, I can hear like my gut bubbling away, and the only time I've ever had relief was when I've had like gut focused antibiotics, and I don't know, I'm going to talk to Phil about the possibility of having like just a gut only antibiotic like rifaximin to try and reset that now that my immune system might be working a bit better. But oh man, it's a mind boggle. I'm really hoping the steroids haven't affected the stem cell progress, because I want to get better so much, man. I want to get better so much. I don't want my life to be on hold anymore, man. I just want to get out of this. Yeah. But yeah, that's my update, and things are going. I'm hoping that things are changing at a deeper level, and that this is just isn't a temporary boost from the LDN. We'll see, but I really, really hope it works. But I'll keep you updated. Thank you.
Hey, Facebook. So this is another long overdue video. I'm past the 3-month mark. I'm about 3 months and a week in. Unfortunately, I'm not bouncing off the walls, which is what I love to say. I'm pretty knackered and wiped out, but I know this is a long process. Yeah, I've been feeling pretty terrible, but I've had some promising days as well, where I've been able to kind of make a bit more music and stuff with my friends who have come over here to help, and I'm blessed to have some good friends who have like been keeping me company and helping me not give up on my passion, which is music. So I've been pouring myself into that, but symptom wise I've still been getting like terrible food reactions and terrible fatigue. If I have like what feels like a good day and I'll do just a little bit too much, which it's not anywhere near like a normal person's amount of energy, but if I do too much I'm just crashing still big time. But I still feel good and I still feel positive because Phil, who is my doctor over at Infusio, is one of the nicest people I've met, and he told me that he's not going to give up on me, and I feel blessed. So whatever happens from here, I'm keeping faith and I'm keeping trust, because it's kind of scary. But some people take longer to respond, and I knew that my case is not as clear cut, because I mean I've been through this a long time, and I've been on various different protocols which have actually really negatively impacted my health, and I've got a lot of neurological manifestations of this. So yeah, and some kind of scary things have been happening recently. Like I've had things that haven't happened since for a couple of years, which like I've been getting voices in my head at night time and stuff, just really kind of repetitive voices that are a bit more audible than thoughts, but it's a bit disconcerting. But it's only when I'm drifting off to sleep or waking up, and then it's not there. But it's just a bit strange. But other than that, nothing new really. I mean, I've been on this gut antibiotic called rifaximin because I thought I'd trial that, and Phil agreed that we can trial this, just to try and sort out my gut, and some of my gut issues have actually gotten a bit better since then, but I'm still reacting to foods quite a lot. I'm on a path, and yeah, I think I just have to trust and be patient, because I think patience is a big word, because it's hard sometimes when you feel like you might not be getting better, and everything is getting on with around you, and you're just static. in this kind of Groundhog Day, with everything being the same, but you know, it is what it is. And this body, this might just be a vessel, and then just I'm going to be moving on to bigger and better things at some point. Yeah, so my mind is really blank today, which is why I'm pausing a lot. I'm having a bit of a spacey day. But I mean, I've had a couple of days which have felt promising. They come and go, you know. It's really up and down. But my friends who have undergone the stem cell procedures at the same time with me, they're doing really well. Really, really well. Like Fontaine seems to be doing really good. Chuck seems to be doing better. There are a few people I'm in quite close contact with who seem to be getting on really well. So I'm hoping that I'll follow suit at some point, and these bad boys will start doing their thing. Because I really want to be feeling better and in the world doing what I love, which is music. I want to move to LA. I loved LA when I went over to LA. I feel like I could live in LA. I like it there. Anyway, that's it really. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I won't rant on anymore. Hey guys, this is a very long overdue video update. I'm kind of about 6 months, I think, post stem cells. So I thought I'd fill you in with everything. So, in a nutshell, still wouldn't say that I'm cured, or I still wouldn't say I'm even in the kind of 80%. But there has definitely been some positive things that have happened. I found a diet which I can eat and tolerate, which took me so long. It took me 4 years, but I found out that I started reacting to meat, which was kind of like my main source of calories, and so I've swapped chicken for hemp seeds, and now I have hemp seeds, courgette, fennel, lettuce, cucumber, coconut cream, and olive oil, and that's pretty much it all the time. But I don't react to them, which is pretty cool, because I was kind of got to the point where I was a bit scared about eating. But that has been helping loads. Energy's been really up and down. Some days I'm like KO'd, some days I'm a lot better than I was. What else? Yeah, I spoke to Phil and a couple of months ago, and we said that we're going to reassess everything at kind of like 6 months, 9 months stage, just because I had lots of blips in my stem cell procedure. Like I was eating, I mean, I was reacting to food every time I ate, and that was probably activating my immune system. So now that I've managed to find a way to not do that, maybe they'd work a bit better. But also, I went through that whole thing of going into anaphylactic shock and being filled with steroids, and about 3-4 months ago, which was kind of scary. But other than that, I've been doing better. Like I've definitely been. I came off my LDN about a week and a half ago, just to see. I'm not sure if I'm going to need to go back on that or not, just because I noticed that it was kind of dulling down my personality a bit and keeping me in kind of like this kind of weird kind of middle place. So I came off that, and just to see how that goes. And also, yeah, I don't know. I'd say that I've definitely improved, and that I'm definitely feeling better. I've been doing lots more music stuff. Okay, boom, boom, boom. My drum roll things. I noticed. Wait, hang on. My brain isn't working properly. Okay. A girl called Jennifer Bria, who is doing a documentary about ME called Canary in a Coal Mine, which is the biggest fundraised thing on Kickstarter, asked me to put some of my music into the film, and it's going to be at Sundance Film Festival, which is like one of the biggest film festivals in America. So that's going to be amazing, because that's like my music there, and I'm actually going to be in that documentary a little bit, talking about ME and my journeys with that over the past few years. So that's going to be amazing. She even spoke. It's a possibility, so I'm not going to get my hopes up too much, but she even spoke about jetting me over for the premiere of that in Utah. So I would go and perform a couple of songs in Utah if I was like well enough at the time, and that would be pretty damn cool, man. And then also, I've been doing a lot of things kind of daily to keep myself, like, I'm still taking rifaximin for my gut. I'm still I've started doing like a little bit of collation stuff for heavy metals, like the Andy Cutler protocol, and I think that's been really helping. Because I kind of waited and not did very much at all after the stem cells, but when I got to about the 5-month mark, I started doing a few things which have actually been really helping, definitely really helping. So yeah, at this stage, I'm just kind of taking the seat. Hopefully, I'll have another chat with Phil at some point, and we'll see where we go from here. But I'm feeling good, you know. I'm definitely still got problems with my brain and a bit of pain in my legs and all that sort of stuff. But I'm feeling a lot better than I was 6 months ago, definitely. Also, my music got played on BBC Radio, on BBC Introducing. I submitted a track, one of my tracks called Crutch, which is kind of about Lyme disease and ME in a way. And yeah, it got played on BBC Introducing, and then I got an email saying because they like that so much, they're going to play some of my music as track of the day on Thursday. So that's really cool, because it means my music is getting out there. And I've been working on lots of music and songwriting and stuff. Taking a few things. I was taking this stuff called lithium orotate for my mood, and that's kind of been helping my mood a bit. And other than that, I don't know really. Yeah, it's still up and down. I'm still having days where I struggle, but I think that I can get through it. Yeah, I'd say I was, since stem cells, maybe 30% improved, maybe. If I had to put a percentage on it, something like that. And so I just need to get the other 70 now, and then life will be good. Yeah, that's me. Hello guys, happy Christmas and happy New Year. My room looks a little bit like an atomic bomb went off, but that's because I've just gotten back. And this is how I pack. I kind of do this and make it rain clothes until I find the ones that I like. Anyway, I just thought I would and go in West Country. I just thought I would do a blog just to say Happy Christmas. Happy New Year's to everybody. I know that this is a super bloody hard time of year for a lot of people. It's been the first Christmas that I've had in years where I've actually felt not too bad, which is kind of amazing. Yeah, proper amazing. This Christmas is always difficult, like really, really difficult. I mean, I still had to eat like 4 different foods, so it's like, you know, Christmas dinner, everybody looks forward to the roast, and I was like, yeah, Christmas dinner. Roast. I'm going to eat so much chocolate that I become one with the chocolate. I basically, I can do that. I ate the same meal that I did pretty much every day, but I had lamb instead of chicken. So, I mean, I'm not really eating meat at the moment, but I thought, you know, it's Christmas, so what the hizzle. So I had some lamb, and that was nice. Anyway, so, yeah, I've been getting lots of kind of messages from people on and off. I haven't really been keeping up with this blogging as much as I want to. I'm going to make a point to do that more in the new year now. I took a big step away from it because, you know, like I was getting, it was getting quite heavy. I almost felt like I was taking on a bit of a doctor role when I am not trained in any way medically, and lots of people asking me questions about what to do and what testing to do, and you know, like I'm just a scruffy little musician. I have educated myself to a point because it becomes in your self-interest to educate yourself because you want to find a way out, and so I have, but you know, that information still, like, we're treading on strange grounds basically because we're in between a rock and a hard place where you have one medical body saying one thing, another saying the other thing, and then in the middle of that you have the patient who's left to suffer for way too long, for much too much time, and it's heartbreaking. So, but I just want to say that I am not a medical professional and I cannot give anybody advice, so I can let you know what I've done and what's helped me, and that's it. But we are all very, very unique, and we are all very unique organisms with our own biochemistry and with our own problems and set of reactions. So one thing for me could be terrible for someone else. So yeah, so just keep that all in mind, and there's lots of information out there for self-empowered healing. And I feel lucky to have, very, very lucky to have been offered the opportunity to do stem cells and done that, because it seems that it's really turned a corner for me. And like I said in my last video, like I've got a big peak to climb. It's like, you know, in The Simpsons where he climbs up that mountain and he's like, he gets to the top and he's like, yeah, I'm at the top. And then he's like, looks up and then there's an even bigger mountain. Kind of feels like that. Like I've got a lot of problems still. I'm still reacting to lots of foods. I'm still get days when my brain is just, it's like I can't, my personality goes away for a little bit. I can't find words. I can't think straight. But, I mean, if you look at some of my older videos, you'll notice a difference. You know, like the difference has been quite amazing. And yeah, so I want to do these more because I know that me rambling, I would have liked, when I was going through the worst of it, I would have liked videos of just some other person just rambling on who was going through the same thing as me, just because it would have helped me feel less alone. And like Christmas, particularly holidays, those times of year are times when people can feel proper alone, and that's why I want to kind of do this more, just to be your I don't know, your virtual friend, if that's possible, and just kind of make you feel like just to keep going, because you got this, and you will one day, like all of us one day collectively. There'll be a more kind of globalized universal solution, but until that day comes, we're kind of having to fight our own corner. And the best thing we can do in those instances is pick each other up. And so, like, here's my way. Hopefully, I can kind of pick you up just by rambling on and talking. So I've had some people messaging me asking about stem cells, and I've also had some people saying things like, how is this helping? Stem cells doesn't eradicate Lyme disease, and that's actually true. The stem cells don't eradicate Lyme disease, but the more I've been kind of learning about all of this anyway, the more I've kind of just decided to, like, because there is a school of thought that's like, kill, we must kill this bacteria, we must eradicate this bacteria. It's all out warfare. But I've been watching these boards, and I've been watching people who take years of antibiotics, and then they come off the antibiotics, and 2 weeks later they're sick as ever, or some of them get sicker, and it's like, I've had to kind of watch that. And like I said, disclaimer again, not doctor, not giving you advice, just do what you feel is right. But it kind of made me feel like, wait, and with all the controversy surrounding it, it's just like, I don't know, it made me cautious to jump into that headfirst. And so the stem cells, what they're actually doing is they're repairing immunological damage, and I believe there's imbalance. I mean, if you look into a lot of the papers with Lyme disease and what its outer surface proteins do, they do dysregulate the immune system so that the Lyme and the Borrelia in the body can proliferate and exist within your body without your immune system being able to completely eradicate it. And that just sends the immune system wacky. So it kind of made sense to me to go down a path where we were trying to kind of re-establish some balance within the immune system, so that it can take care of it. And it also didn't make sense to me that some people would get Lyme disease and get better naturally, and then some people would get Lyme disease and just stay sick. It was kind of, it made me feel like there was just something more going on than just this, you get this bacteria, you stay sick. And so, kind of that's what I've been doing, and I've been doing a few other things, and along the way to try and, it's a big puzzle, man. We're like human Rubik's cubes. That's what I kind of feel like. And this has been the biggest Rubik's cube of my life. I mean, this has been 8 years now in the making, twisting all these little sides and compartments until things slowly start falling into place. And hopefully I'm starting to see more colours on the right sides. Anyway, just another video to say Happy Christmas to everybody, Happy New Year's. I hope everybody is feeling okay and doing all right. Screw it, I'm turning the camera on. So a girl that I know called Kirsty is, her pancreas is starting packing. She went over to America to treat Lyme disease. She came over to the UK, and nobody could do anything for her.
you know, she's gotten to a point where none of the doctors know what to do, and she is being monitored in hospital, and her mum thinks that she could die, and the doctors don't know what to do about it. And this is somebody whose journey I've been watching, who is kind of echoes my own journey. Like last year, I was in and out of A&E in emergency rooms, and the doctors didn't have a clue what to do with me. And she's younger than me, and she could die. And in the past few weeks, I've seen stories of other people just dying with this stupid fucking illness, and we're just being left by the powers that be. It's not being acknowledged, or it's being written off, or if all this symptomology is coming up, it's it must be psychosomatic, it must be so suddenly developing all these allergies to foods and having like crippling bone pain and like coated tongue and all these immune problems, is that suddenly that comes from my head, and people are left for years, you know, like I was misdiagnosed for 8 years, and we're still here, man. Like I've been ill for 8 years, and like the ME, Lyme disease and stuff, we've made virtually there's not enough progress at all that's been made, because these people are still suffering. And these people, when you go to the NHS and try and get help, or anywhere in the world, then you're usually given therapy or pacing. Like manage your energy is your first line of what to do. And this is a biomedical illness where your immune system is being suppressed, and why aren't people doing enough about it? And why am I have to watch somebody else die because of this stupid illness? Like, I feel grateful to be me, because I've kind of gone through these stem cells and they've turned so much around for me. But the climate of this illness is that people are just dying, they're just dropping like flies, and they're young people and they're old people whose lives are desolated, and they're just trapped inside all the time, like for all these conditions like chronic fatigue, ME and fibromyalgia and Lyme disease, and yet nobody seems to be taking it fucking seriously. Like, for God's sakes, what will it take? Do we have to die on the streets? Like, what will it take? Please, for God's sake.
So, my video update, long overdue, which I will explain why. In 4 days, I'm flying to LA to do my second round of stem cells, because we're kind of almost coming up to about 10 months, 9-10 months post stem cells, and I sadly haven't made as much progress as we'd hoped. Potentially because of this blip where I had loads of steroids put in me, which aren't great for the immune system, or potentially because my gut has been so screwed, and at the time I hadn't worked out a perfect diet, so I was still reacting all the time, which is probably activating my immune system and then possibly interfering. So now that I found a bit of a better diet that I'm not reacting to, that is so limited, you wouldn't believe, but so be it. At peace with all that. I am going to try and redo it, and hopefully with this diet and no more nearly dying and going to hospital things, that's not going to happen, body, I'll be better. And if you are watching, also my doctor over in Physio Clinic, I cannot thank him enough for all the support and help he's given me along the way. So thank you again. If he was hearing me, he'd probably just be like, shut up, just get better. Stop saying thanks. But I am honestly, I can't express my level of gratitude for this help, and for not giving up on me, because some doctors have, and it's left me feeling very scared and alone. But yes, so that's it. That's the next leg of my journey. Is it stem cells round 2? And I've seen so many people go through this procedure, and I've been part of support groups with people who've gone to Physio Clinic now and have experienced huge benefits, or complete remission. So much so now that I am a firm believer in its potential to make me feel better despite my slow progress. I mean, right now my symptoms are still pretty debilitating. I mean, the food reactions are huge. Like, if I eat something that on my list has become a bit bigger, I can't even eat meat anymore, but I am zonked out and I'm in bed, and everything just gets terrible. And also, like, even right now, standing here talking to you, I've got, like, my knee is killing because I walked on it a bit yesterday, and like, it's just bloody, it feels like somebody's booted me in the knee in my sleep. My feet are burning, my eyes is blurry, dry mouth, digestion problems. It's like Niagara Falls on my bum every morning. Probably more than you needed to know, but that's what happens. Thanks, Lyme disease. And yeah, so I haven't given you a video in a long time, and I'm sorry about that. It's kind of because of how disheartened I was just getting a bit depressed, because I want to make a video where I'm saying I'm in the tropics jet skiing and jumping out of, actually I probably won't jump out of planes with parachutes on. I'll probably live a very safe life now, one that's very safe and healthy. When my body decides to get its arse in gear and let me live again. Thanks, please let me live properly again. Because at the moment with my diet particularly, I can't really get away from the house because I can't eat anything that's not, especially roasted courgettes and aubergines and fennel and a bit of lettuce and stuff. I can't really get anything from a service station or a cafe even, because I'm reacting to bloody everything these days. So yeah, I can't really leave the confines of my house, or I can't really go travelling without it being an issue unless I've got an oven and access to a supermarket and blah 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 blah. Anyway, yeah, but yeah, I still find it very crazy that I have to travel around the world to get answers, and I imagine a lot of people with Lyme disease feel the same, and some people do not have the luxury of even being able to get out of the house, which I didn't have a year and a half ago. I wouldn't have been able to do this, make this journey, and it's happening, and it's an epidemic, and there is, thank God, there's finally a bit more money globally being put into Lyme disease research, but there's still not almost nearly enough for the level of an epidemic that it is. And I mean, because there are now the scientists are going, oh, okay, actually, yeah, no, you're right, maybe we need a better test, and these tests are faulty. And what that brings up is, if these tests are kind of like faulty, then you have how many conditions people have been told, because I was originally told I was bipolar, so how many people do you think have been told they're like bipolar or neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's or MS or just fibromyalgia or ME, who are really suffering from a bacterial infection or a kind of a perfect storm, as a couple of my doctors that I've spoken to like to put it, which is a sequence of events that makes your immune system go, no more, I am no longer going to work for you. And yet there's not enough research, so the community is so split still that you can go to your doctor and he can say, no, this is post Lyme disease, so we've gotten rid of the bacteria, but actually your immune system's buggered, so you're going to feel like rubbish for a little while. We don't know how long, and we don't know how to treat that. Or someone will go, no, they're saying that, but that's nonsense. It's actually the bacteria in your body's still there, but we can't prove it apart from these private tests that we can give you that haven't actually been legitimised. And it's like, as the patient, when you're in that position where one doctor is saying one thing and one doctor is saying the other thing, and these can be fantastic doctors and very intellectually well-researched doctors, but one will say the polar opposite of the other. And as the patient who just really wants to get better, we just want to feel good, for God's sakes, and we're being told these kind of polarising schools of thought, and it leaves us in a very tricky situation, because what do you do? And I feel a lot of people turn to treatment and turn to chasing the bacteria, particularly because the other option is, well, if it's your immune system, then do nothing. You know, we don't know what to do for you yet. But stem cells has kind of, I suppose, been one avenue that's offered the solution for immunological damage. And I think I want to stress that point again, is that we don't know yet, actually. We don't, like, doctors can claim they know, but there's no unanimous research that's been agreed globally about actually what the hell is going on here. And if there are people that are making full recoveries from immunological shifting, then I think it gives a big clue. And I'm really hoping I can be one of them. So I can offer my own personal insights into this, but I just don't know, you know. I don't know. I'm as lost and confused as anyone, and it's still crazy. It's still crazy that as a patient we have to do this, that we have to find our own answers. Not only do we have to fundraise to travel all, you know, across the oceans to try and find some sort of answers to why we feel rubbish day in, day out, and it's crazy. I mean, the only thing I can think of that it slightly resembles is everything that happened with how AIDS was treated in the 80s, and how there was a lot of stigma attached to it, and how there was a lot of denial, and that only happens in the homosexual community. There's nothing you need to worry about, and then the straight people start getting it. And there's no, and it was just very much like there was a lot of misinformation being put out there. You know, like, straight or gay or whatever, who gives a crap, it doesn't really matter, but there was a lot of misinformation put out, and they were stigmatised in quite a homophobic way. It was really not treated well, but this disease by some doctors is almost put in this psychosomatic category where you're like, oh, you're just being a bit of a hypochondriac. I wish for 5 minutes if I could touch somebody and make somebody feel the symptoms that I feel just for 5 minutes, because I wouldn't wish it on anyone for any longer than that. They could just experience that, because I think if everybody could experience that, the global efforts to try and cure this condition would be astronomical. And I'm in a slightly better position after these kind of stem cells and really watching my diet, but man, like, I was in such a bad way, and there are people who are, like, people younger than me, like my friends, who haven't left the house in years, and like, our voices are being completely muted by this condition. And so it's one of the reasons that I do this, really, is because if I can somehow alchemize this really dark situation and pull out a little bit of gold from that, and if it's just by raising awareness, then that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully it'll reach the right ears one day, you know, because I'm not going to die with this. I'm not going to die feeling like this. I refuse to. I'm going to be stood here one day and I'm going to say I feel great right now. And hopefully after the second round of stem cells we'll see. Anyway, yeah, I haven't made many videos because I've been trying to detach myself. Like, I'm not Lyme disease. It's a transient thing in my life. I don't want to think about it. I don't want it to consume me. I don't want to worry. So I don't. I just make music in my bedroom whenever I feel alright enough to. Anyway, thank you for watching.
Hey guys, it's been a while. Crocodile, it's been a long time. But I guess it's overdue, very long overdue, a video of kind of an update of how I'm getting on with my life. And I guess an explanation as to why I haven't really been blogging. And I think I've come to realise that I developed, I think the closest thing is kind of post-traumatic stress, to do with my condition, where I've just kind of shut off from everything. Like, I've stopped visiting the forums, like the online discussion groups about illness. I stopped. I'd never talk about it. I never want to talk about it. And even to the point when people ask me how I'm doing, if I get a message online from someone saying, how are you doing? Like, I shut off from it. And it's not because I'm being rude, but it's because I can't talk about my health without opening some kind of floodgate. And I don't want to. Like, that, obviously there will be some time in my life that I will have to, like, sit down and deal with everything that I went through, and like the years that I was spent, like, feeling like I was being physically tortured, but I'm not stable enough to do that right now. So I just haven't. It's been the first time I've let myself talk about how I'm doing in a long time. But yeah, so how am I doing? I'd say after the stem cells, if you watch my previous videos, by the way, if you're like new to all this and don't really know what I'm doing, then check them out and it'll tell you what I've done. I'd say if I had to put a percentage on it, I'd say I was 50% recovered since my 2 procedures. I still have a lot of issues. So I still have, I'm still allergic to about 90% of all food I eat, and I've tried so many things to combat that, and it doesn't seem to budge. It's like if I eat something, it could be anything, like a potato, then it's like an instant hangover feeling. Comes on about 30 minutes, then I'm just in bed for ages, feeling like crap. And that can last. It's like a hangover feeling that lasts anywhere for like up to weeks, 2 weeks. So that, lots of sensitivity, still pain in my feet and my legs, still fuzzy vision, and still some neuro problems every now and then. It's like my personality disappears and I'm just super tired and in bed all day and blah. But then the good things is that I'm back more in the world of the living, making more music, looking not so puffy faced and like a sick person. I'm able to participate a bit more in life, which is good, and yeah, able to have the choice to step away from, like I was saying, like I haven't been spoken about my health so much. Before, I was so sick and only in bed that I had no choice. Like, it was do or die, to be honest, at that point, because I wanted my voice to be heard, because that's all I had at that moment. And now I've got what makes me me, which is the ability to like make music and create and do the things that make me feel alive, and like my life is worth living rather than just waiting for an answer. Which is what it was before. But yeah, so I'm coming up to a year and I'm 50%. I don't know what the next step is. Because it may be that just more and more happens, and I keep getting better and better, or maybe I need to pursue more things to see what will climb me even higher than that. I really want to be able to eat food again. Jesus Christ, like I've had the same meal every day now for nearly 4 years. Breakfast, lunch and dinner, which is like a vegetable salad, and God, I miss food, like proper food, like a nice lasagna and chips and bloody the crusty bread, buttery bread. Oh God, in my mouth. Yeah, that would be lovely. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but my fingers are crossed for that, and it'd be nice to not always be in pain as well. Like I can't. I've been getting to the gym a little bit, which has been good. Like, but I still can't run because of my legs, and I'd like to be able to run one day. Yeah, they don't ask for much, but that's what I love. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what to report. So much has happened because since the last video that I made, because that was a long time ago. That I don't even know where to begin explaining what it's been like. Just generally, the vibe is good. The overall experience with this is good, but not quite where I would like to be yet. I like to be able to just live my life like without feeling like restricted. So that's the goal. But in myself, I'm doing much better than I was, which is good. Yeah, I'll do some more of these where I kind of go a bit deeper into stuff and try and hopefully say some things that will help people more. But that's just a quick update. Please don't anyone be offended if I haven't responded to any messages about my health, just because I'm really not feeling like stable enough to be able to even talk about it a little bit at the moment, because I can offer like help and advice every now and then I do, but I don't know, the guys at Infusio are great. Go and check out that big support group. I think there's a Facebook group called Infusio Exchange where loads of questions get answered about that stuff, and they'll be able to answer it better than I can. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell, guys. That's all I'm doing. So it's so, you know, but a good so. Thanks for watching.
Celebrating
I've been living in the dark since I fell out of the womb. It's alright, constantly coughing on my way to the tomb. It's alright, don't interrupt me if I'm talking too soon. It's alright. I seek repentance cause I sin and I sin. It's alright, I trimmed the fat but now my body's too thin. It's alright, my train of thought runs off the tracks when I sing. It's alright.
My headphones only working on the left side, but I try to live the right life. My eyes wide and I strive to stop my demons gripping, ripping from the inside.
These drugs don't work. The pain, it takes control.
some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we should just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that the doctors are really there to guide you, but food is a million times it's a vision. Mine is a perfect, the thought was being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy, drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, recharge all your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb, boy.
This is what a day looks like having brain damage and autoimmune conditions. I wake up, I take an obscene amount of pills and medication. Pills. I've gotten pretty good at swallowing them all in one go. I get in an Uber, I go to the clinic, I get various medicines and vitamins delivered straight to my veins whilst reading sci-fi books. Then I've got to wear this weird space sci-fi swimming cap to help me create new neural pathways in my brain. Kinda makes me feel a little bit like that scene from Clockwork Orange. Get more medicine right in my veins whilst looking bloody handsome. Then I get an Uber back home. I have to eat a restricted low histamine paleo diet, so this is what 99% of my food looks like. It's alright, it's not bad. I watch Peep Show because it's class. I watch cookery programs because I'm secretly an 80-year-old woman. I inhale hydrogen gas because it helps reduce inflammation in my body. Then I take some more pills. Pills. Then I practice guitar and I write songs about how interesting and sensitive and deep I am. And then I make some hardcore gangster rap hip hop beats. Fuck me, I'm so white. Then I clean my teeth and I go to bed.
And we're about to find out who's backed themselves a #1 album. Will it be Ren, Holly Humberstone, Troye Sivan or Drake? It's a big fight for #1. Well, there's Holly Humberstone kicking off the top 5 today with her debut album, Paint My Bedroom Black. She's got herself a #5 album. Troye Sivan in at #4 with Something to Give Each Other. Although not #1, That Thing, definitely one of the albums of the year. I loved it. Don't you listen to it yet. Give it a chance. It's Drake. Last week's #1 has dropped 2 places to #3 for All the Dogs. At 3 this week in the official albums. Rick Astley, a new entry for the 80s pop sensation. Are we there yet? Still banging about 36 years later after Never Gonna Give You Up. Which means Ren has gone and done it. A #1 album at the first time of asking for his album Sickboi. Now, Ren is a brand new artist to probably most of you. A hugely dedicated online following, genre blurring music. He draws a lot from his own experiences. He's had massive battles with health throughout his life, often having to miss out on the chance to perform, just live a normal life with his friends, that kind of thing, because he's too ill in bed to be able to do it. The album Sickboi is basically a reference to those struggles, and Ren says that the album is a victory over his health that he's had to struggle throughout his life. And it really is a huge success, the #1 album for Sickboi. We actually wanted to get Ren on the phone today to talk us through it. However, he wasn't answering calls. We've just found out that's because he wanted to find out whether he was #1 today by listening to the radio. Well, Ren, hi, you're #1 today with Sickboi. Congratulations! Let's get back into the singles.
#1, you get me? #1.
Hello everyone, this is the first time I've done something like this before. I wanted to write it down because there's a lot and I didn't want to miss anything, and some parts of this might be a little bit uncomfortable to listen to, but I wanted to stay as true.
A year
as
of living in
possible
a
to the story,
nightmarish
not miss
purgatory,
anything.
a strange.
Just to get serious for a second. This is sick because it's a song about Lyme disease and ME. It's huge for awareness in general because there'll be a lot of people who don't know fuck all about it, basically, that will listen to that and then might spark their curiosity, which creates conversation, which creates awareness, and the more awareness there is, the more push there is for better treatments for it. The more people who get diagnosed or suspect it because it's in the forefront of their mind. So even though it's a nice achievement for me, fuck all that, like, it's hopefully going to do some good in the world, and that means fucking more to me than anything else, really. So fucking buzzing.
I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts. Leave me stuck when I reach in, memories are seeped in. Hydrochloric acid, I go to war and get passive and freeze up. Music help the ice to thaw. Put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor. Pull it out of the impossible, Excalibur sword. Etching notepads full of reasons why my feelings are sore. The first day that I got sick, ejected from the cockpit of living. 19, young teen, waking up bitter. Posters up, manhunt, Ren went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. Somebody, anyone help. Anyone help, I've been going through hell. Hell, I've been going through. Hell, I've been going through.
For everybody messaging me saying, oh, you still look like a fetus, which is a significant portion of my following, by the way. Fuck you, you bullies. I don't want to read that on a Thursday morning. I'm a fully grown and fully formed man now. It took me a while, I'll admit. Puberty was not as kind to me as it was to others. It took me a minute to get there, but if I wanted to, I could grow a beard at will. In a split second. I just don't want to because I prefer how it looks without it. But yeah, man, there's more testosterone in me than in the entire weightlifting men's Olympics team. In one nail. Oh, fucking... Still not... Oh, what, this? This whole thing? Grew 2 minutes ago, mate, since I did that story. If I went longer than 10 minutes without maintaining it with a pair of high-duty garden shears, I start to look like Gandalf, mate. I'm Rapunzel of the alpha male world. So yeah, fuck off with that fetus stuff.
finally on the tail end of a few months of treatment out here in Mexico for Lyme disease and autoimmunity stuff, which has been like stem cells, hypothermia, plasmapheresis, antibiotics every day. It's been like 14-hour days, 6 days a week, so it's been intense. Finally starting to feel a little bit more human. I was looking a bit corpsey for a second there, and I lost a lot of weight, so I've been eating shitloads ever since I've stopped the IV antibiotics, because they were killing my appetite, try and put it back on, and I'm slowly starting to come back to the world of living a little bit. But I'm here for another month. I've got another stem cell thing in a couple of weeks, another IVIG thing, and then I'll be heading back, heading to America, then heading home. But yeah, I'll give a proper update about how it's been and how I've been feeling and how I am doing now with it and what the recovery timeline's meant to look like. I'll do that properly, maybe either on a live stream or YouTube or something, but I just figured I'd give you guys an update because I know a lot of people ask how I'm doing, and that's what I'm doing. And there's always a little reminder and message of hope, man. Like, you know, I was someone who came from nothing, someone who came from not very much money. I know how useless health services are navigating these chronic conditions, but I was someone who thought that I could never get out of bed, someone who thought that I probably wouldn't live to see 30, someone who, you know, a lot of pain most of my life, and I'm able to live a fulfilling life now. You know, I may have to manage some of these things for the rest of my life, but there's always hope, even if it seems hopeless. That's all I want you to remind you if you're in that position now, be it with health, mental health, anything. There's always hope. Just, you've got to persevere. You've got to believe that you can find it if you create the opportunities for yourself, and you can. So keep going.
Like a paperweight, heavy chest, sunken face, feet are feeling like they're dragging boulders when I walk away. Tried to keep face when I'm talking to my friends, say that everything is great when the pain never ends. I feel like yesterday I started walking to the ocean, found a spot, I started talking. I said, ocean, ocean, with your wisdom so old, wash away this pain is bearing down upon my soul. Then I wave goodbye to the waves and the days, keep my eyes to the ground, let the cracks in the pavement guide my way home, eternally alone. I wish I felt connected to the rhythm of the globe, from head to my toes, my soul feels froze. I walk this lonely road with